Vous écoutez Radio Audace, il est 20h.
Vous écoutez Radio Audace. Nous émettons de Douala, Bonapriso en FM sur 106.8 MHz. Sur Facebook et YouTube, Radio Audace. Boîte postale 1797 Douala, Cameroun. Téléphone 233 42 09 49. Radio Audace, bien plus que l'info.
Il est venu le temps. Dans quelques instants, tu vas pénétrer dans son univers pour ne plus pouvoir en sortir.
Du beau monde. Ils ont tous répondu oui à une interview exclusive sur
Audace Radio 106.8 FM.
Chaque vendredi, tu sais te connecter avec
Nabstar, Nabil for real.
Prépare-toi à vivre quelque chose d'incroyable.
tes artistes préférés seront là, en live, rien que pour toi.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. On the wise for here, no play. Sabi ne the hide over Sabi all day. We don't need wife for yeah, don't they? Small no be sick, I be big country. Bounce on my hotel, you know it's okay. Life for yeah, I teach with the young all day. Remy on a fix, she the hustle all day. We the stop and really quick with some hustle coffee. Small catty chick, the work for big pay. Guess man off his sleep where the job never pay. Panzo on the beat, see the wait now payday. Life on repeat, I beg you press play. Now welcome to the streets where the real boys stay. No to defeat, we the win all day. We killing that maga like Boomba, yeah. X on the matter like the CIA.
I know they find me palava for yeah.
No, 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 no.
Si tu veux mal, on te traite comme un facochère.
No, 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 no.
We just follow the vibe, we know the best.
No, 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 no.
Just right here, I'm the king and I'm feeling like the best. Cause I'm really am the best. Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof of T.I. Pass me the tin T.I. Me and my men, them I feel like. Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof T.I. Pass me the tin T.I. Turn up the radio, feel like.
Every other city we go, now we the run radio. No matter where you go, they go tell you, say now we on the high for yeah, got there. Sec jacker then make your head pop play. We don't need try for years, c'est parce que on monte casse sous la moto bâché. We know they like chop, no one day. We don't need chop flop, big CFA. We know they knock mop with the lock côté. Now actually talk à côté. We don't get passport for take, we go there. But when you go there, go find we for a day. They be thinking that we sleeping, but they pay steady go and make they look for our kitchen. They go fear what we are cooking.
No, 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 no.
Si tu veux mal, on te traite comme un facochère.
No, 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 no.
We just follow the vibe, we know the best.
No, 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 no.
Just right here, I'm the king and I'm feeling like the best.
You know what? Cause I really am the best.
Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof of T.I. Pass me the tin T.I. Me and my men, them I feel like. Cause this is Africa T.I. Jump on the roof T.I. Pass me the tin T.I. Turn on the radio, feel like.
Every other city we go, now we the run radio. No matter where you go, they go tell you, say now we go. Now payday, life on repeat, I beg you press play. Now welcome to the streets where the real boys stay. No to defeat, we the win all day. We killing that maga like Boomba, yeah. X on the matter like the CIA. Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? What is going on? You are tuned on to the numero uno station on planet Earth. This is AUDACE Radio. It's 106.8 FM, and I'm your host, NABI on the bill for real. Welcome to the Nabstar Show. You heard me?
Cause I'm really am the best. Cause this is Africa T.I.
Jump on the roof. So what we're going to be talking about today, ladies and gentlemen, is the state of the industry, introducing you guys to a bunch of brand new artists that are in the building. And we also going to be talking about a lot of controversial issues that's going to be happening. That's why every day on this show, you know that we got my boys Dulo in the building. Obviously, he's supposed to be doing this with Sparrow, but that's Dulo in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Every time that Dulo pops up in here, he has that slot that is called as we... with the talker, you know what I'm saying? So hold on and watch out for that. DJ Cyril sur la platine. DJ Cyril, by the way, he just told me a very interesting story. DJ
dit qu'elle était avec moi sur la RTM, ça fait combien des années? And I was like, for real? Ah ben vas-y, mais ça, c'est le grand retrouvaille. Chop no cool. Yeah, Baba was good. Shout out to DJ Cyrus up on the platine. Dope shots, got dope shots for you guys definitely when this show comes to an end. And don't forget, man, 47365 DND.
Yes, Baba, yes, Baba.
Welcome to the show, DND. And Axe Media is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Maximilian is in the house.
Whoa,
what's good, Baba?
thank you, bonsoir.
Yes, sir.
Bonsoir, Baba, bonsoir, Baba.
Yes,
bonsoir, DND.
Bonsoir, bonsoir.
And our Nabstar girl, Masha, is in the house. Shout out to her. She's somewhere there. Our guest today is going to be interesting. We're going to start out straight off by just talking. Let's just break it down, yeah? Let's just chat with you guys. Let's kind of figure out what's going on in the industry. And there's no... Our first guest, and I've really gotten joy and really appreciate the work that he's doing online. A bunch of you follow him, a lot of you depend on him to give you guys information, and I think is definitely a key figure in this behind the scenes and never have a chance to up in the front. They most of the times report about stories that you guys hear or about rumors, or sometimes they find get to you guys. It's not their opinion. Information that is out. You have so many and a lot of you have to know what give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for our first guest, and he goes by the name Zamani of Zamani Blood. One time. Welcome to the show, man. Please put your headphones on so you just get to hear what's really going down, and you can always also speak into the mic so we get this recorded. Now, welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you.
You see, time bloggers, they like to blog, like, you know, like they got to speaking like most of the shy away, but I think at this point in time, you know, most.
So I'm glad to be here.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you here. Yeah. Well, I must also say that we just met a couple of days ago. You know, we've met like up a couple of times. We never really got to sit down and chop it up. Congratulations to everything you're doing for the industry on your blog. I'm gonna give it up to you for that. You're doing a great job. Congratulations to you. And it's the Zamani blog for those who don't know. ZAMANIBLOG. Yo, make sure you go check it out on Facebook and also on IG.
Instagram, there's a website, everything.
Right, and the website also. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about blogging. How did you get into it and how did you find yourself here? Let's start with that.
You know, blogging is something that I think is passion driven, because in Cameroon, if you get into blogging, maybe because you want money, you know, you won't be able to sustain it. Okay. I got into blogging, like I grew up in a family that actually likes music. I had a big brother that liked music. Oh, so sad, he died last year during a gunshot in Bamenda.
May so rest in peace, man.
Yeah, so
sorry to hear that.
Hey, so all through we've always liked music. So anytime he's in Bamenda, he gets to drop a new song, and I'm like, oh, this is it. Right. So I had that passion for that music back then.
And you grew up in Bamenda?
Yeah.
Where exactly?
I grew up in Kambe.
Okay.
Yeah, in Kambe. So all through I would sit and I'd be like, oh, bro, if there's a new song out, try and send it. Those times it was this memory card stuff, 2012, 2010. Right. So I found that passion for music. So when time came, I was like, oh, what can I offer to the industry? I like music. I like everything.
But you didn't find yourself in front of the camera. You find yourself somewhere like behind the camera or behind the scenes.
Exactly. Right? And I was somehow ignorant about everything. So like I did not know the niche I could choose. What am I going to blog about? Am I just going to talk about music, movies, or what am I going to do about?
What was the first, when you thought about what you could do for entertainment, the first thing that came to your mind was, what was that?
Music.
It was music. And then you knew that you didn't want to be a musician, right?
Exactly, I knew that.
So what was the next train of thought after that?
Okay, like back then, I just left and I went to Yaoundé and I made McCoy. By then, McCoy was in Soa. Yeah, he was in Soa. He was doing his thing, producing music.
Dope-ass producer.
Yeah, and most of the time he would be like, oh, Zamani, the way you write, I think I like it. Why not just put up something there? Why not start something like the information you share with me, you share with others out there? I was like,
what were you writing for at that time that he saw?
By that time, I was writing about music.
You were just writing on your page?
Exactly. I was just posting anything. By then, I did not have a direction that I want to go. Yes, it was anything. By then, I did not have a direction that I want to go. Yes, it was just makes things like this artist has job, you post all that kind of stuff. But then I discovered that I was getting lost. And I needed to redefine my niche. Like, oh, what's Zamani all about? If someone tap you out there, like, oh, I hear you're a blogger. What exactly? What do you do? Yeah. So I think when I met McCoy and we had a chat, that's when I fully got into blogging. Something 2017 now, like I went professional. Yeah. So when I went now, look at the industry, I felt like a lot was lagging. I was like, what can I contribute to the industry? What are these people doing wrong that we can try to shape it? So when I looked at it, I said, oh, it looks like our artists are ignorant about many things. Many of them are into music, but they have zero knowledge about the music business. Right. This was my strong motivation. Right. I started creating content that is out to educate.
Right, but they always say, like, like this music industry, especially the fact that the Cameroon educational system does not provide any, like educational syllabus for kids who want to get into the entertainment industry, want to be actors, want to be on media, anything apart from just the traditional journalism, for instance, or like, and all of that. There is no really cultural and art being taught. Like arts being taught in schools, or like even people want to go through something different. It's okay, you could be a journalist and be trained to be a journalist, but in the world in which we are today, the blogging sphere is almost bigger than the blog sphere, than the journalism sphere, as far as like on a global scale, exactly. As far as like employment is concerned, and then people really being able to do that. So there's none of that. So how do you put yourself in a position without that formal education to be able to educate people in a young country about the music?
Exactly. So it's a whole lot. Like when you look at our industry, I think, like I first said, the passion. When you look at everything, there's no formal education. Like when it comes to this blogging stuff, like right. More people, they concentrate on the journalism, and when they come to the real field, like, oh, everybody is completely ignorant about everything. Right. Yeah, we have journalists out there that they are completely blank when it comes right. to the music industry and everything. Right. So what I did was like, oh, I had to look at some other industries, how they are doing and what they do, and I had to go online. Then I pick up courses. Then I had to study. Nice. Then I read a lot of books. I buy a lot of books online. Then I got it. When I got it, I also understand that what might work in Nigeria might not possibly work in Cameroon. Exactly. The Nigerian market is completely different from what we have here. Absolutely. Yes, we have an audience that might be extremely emotional, not like that of Nigeria, that, oh, someone comes up, he's doing his things, people just jump into it, liking the person without judging, or this, oh.
But our first reactions here, you think
it's
like,
completely different. Yeah. So when I got into it, I had to understand that I need to come up with something, a model that actually works for our own industry. It's like, okay, you have a product, you need to find a market for those products. You understand? Right. So I had to read what I need to read, how I can actually go about many things. When I read, then I picked up some courses and I did, and I did online. So when I was done, I had to look at our industry. Now I'm trying to see how I can relate what I've studied into the industry. Right. But at the same time, if you're not creative enough, you'll not be able to apply it in our own industry.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's it.
Based on structure, what would you say are your biggest challenges as a blogger?
My biggest challenges as a blogger is like, sometimes you have a lot to offer to the industry. You have a lot to give these artists, the entertainers, and most of them, they're always blind to it. You want to tell someone like, oh, I think you should go this way about your project. You pop up, nobody will be like, oh. Sometimes they look and they feel like maybe you're out. You want to tell them something and they pay you. Oh, yeah. That's nothing. We already know blogging doesn't pay in this country that much. You understand? So sometimes you want to use that passion, that knowledge, to see how you can step up the showbiz in your country. But our people are somehow so resistant to change.
When you say the people, like, what part of it? Because as a blogger now, you have like, the people that you blog about, the people that make the news, and then you have like the audience. So you have the people that create the content, and you have people that consume the content. Like, which part of this do you think is a bigger problem?
When I talk about the people, I mean our entertainers. Some of them are very resistant to change. When I say very resistant to change, you see, they want to employ the traditional ways of doing things without being open to creativity, without listening, without trying to try new things.
For instance,
time is fast going. Okay, you get to an artist. Some people feel like, oh, they have to go by the traditional things. Like someone wants to drop a music, they just need to do a regular press release and drop. No, things have changed. Look at what Don Jazzy recently did with his artists. He had to assemble comedians together to make that voice, to make that to make that announcement.
And that is still bigger. That's even bigger than the music till now, because I know that more than the song or the artist.
It's bigger. Imagine someone like Sabino, someone like Brent Jota coming together to make a voice about John that Jazzy's new artist.
Right.
Like, so it was big.
Right.
So Don Jazzy did not go again to Facebook or to Instagram to drop the regular press release, but he had to sit and see and look at it like, oh, what can I come up like with so that the people will take this different. There are many ways of doing things, but our people prefer the regular ones. And when you continue with that regular ones, you hardly make no impact. You see yourself remaining where you are.
So talking about that change and what people believe in, right? I want us to break down one or two things. A lot of people talk really most of the times about like I said, there are two people involved in. Now we talked about the people who make the content, the people who make the news, or the entertainers, okay? And then now let's talk about like the audience for a second, right? Based on the fact that audience, like a lot of bloggers also say most of the times the reason why they post some controversial stuff or stuff that is not news or stuff that is even hate to a certain extent is because the audience loves that kind of content, okay? Now, if you keep feeding the audience that kind of content, right, they will get addicted to it. So it's simple. It's like you have a crack addict, and then you know that they like crack, but then you can break it down with something less, like medical marijuana or something. You understand what I'm saying? So instead of giving them medical marijuana, it will take them a longer time, but then they will eventually calm down with that, and then you can get them out of it. You keep giving them crack, right? Now, I also want to remind you that you just said that these artists are the same people who like the same thing, but don't you think it's based on the fact that you, first of all, have created an audience that's addicted to a certain kind of thing that does not even make them worry about stuff like that? Because if you go to Nigeria, like you said, people are less emotional. In Cameroon, people are a lot more emotional. If somebody does something like that, brings a bunch of people together, they're going to start saying, oh, Town Crier did this, or that guy did that, or that did that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, have you ever thought about it like that? So don't you think that this is where to fix like the consumers, first of all, like the audience? There's a way to fix them, and the best way to fix them is by you guys who supply that content from the blogs?
Exactly. Now this is it. You understand it? But I think for the past 2 years, I've not posted a screenshot of a gossip on my blog.
Nice.
You understand? I've not promoted any negativity.
Nice.
But just in that 2 years, I've gained so much influence and I've gained so much followers.
Nice.
The truth about everything is consistency.
Exactly.
When you define your niche, like they say, your vibe attracts your tribe. You understand? So when you concentrate on giving them what is right, they will eventually adapt to it. But if you continue to give them the short one, someone told me that in Cameroon, who is going to read that long thing that you write? Right. But I can tell you that any long thing that I write, I don't get less than 500 reactions, or maybe with the post reaching over 200,000 people. You understand? But what did I do? I kept giving them what is right, and somehow people developed that reading habit, and they started liking it. And what I was doing, like most often, I don't even tag the artists, because I understood that when you do most of the time, they don't react. Now the people will be the ones to go and tag the artists, like, oh, come and read what this man is saying. This is going to help you. This is going to help you. So when you find your audience, when you find your audience and stay consistent, you're going to get away from that. But we can't deny the fact that the media out there promotes negativity. Right. It does.
But everybody, I think everybody definitely has a role to play.
Exactly.
And if you play your role properly, you could contribute to the change. Like I always say, change is not it's not something that you switch on or switch off. It's like an individual effort, like everybody's individual effort.
That is it. So when people come, like maybe when you say new blogs pop up, they don't have that patience to actually find a niche, find a direction to create something that can actually help. So what they do is they can come up with a negativity, something, boom, so that they can go viral. So that's why with time you don't see they're unable to keep up with what they started. Because if there's no negativity, they will not do anything. Trust me, what we lack in the industry, be it in the music sector, in the blogging sector, most often is strategies. You understand? People feel like the only strategies that work is something like negativity, but that's not it. Right. People have become super creative. You see someone like, let's jump out of this industry a bit and go out there. Okay, you go to Nigeria, you look at artists like someone, Olamide just signed Astake, but he's making numbers. Right. He's making numbers. Astake came with his own kind of dressing, wearing suits without wearing something inside. Oroga came wearing a band on his eye, but he has no issue with his eye. That was a strategy. People already wanted to know what is it about this guy with a band.
But the question is, do you think that the Cameroonian audience is matured enough to be able to simulate those kind of strategies when they're put in place? Because I can tell you there's a bunch of those strategies that have been put in place, but then they're not even even followed up by the blogs, for instance, or by other people, because as soon as they post it and people don't get it, they run over and say, oh, let's just put this real quick. Do you also think, like you said, consistency is a very important part? How much do people impose strategies like that?
I think that's why I said what works in Nigeria might not work here. So now people are not ready to contact even the right people to come up with strategies that fit the market. Right. You understand? I've worked with an artist low-key that I had to draw a promo plan for the artist, an upcoming artist. The artist numbers on YouTube got up to 50,000 views like in less than a week. You understand? That was the strategy that I sat and drew the plan and everything. But do you know what happened? So the artist manager started feeling like, oh, maybe it's just lucky that things are matching up this way. You understand? Yeah. So he got into his feelings and he was like, oh, Zamani, let's wait. We're going to continue this. As we're talking, the artist dropped. It'd been 3 weeks. But she has about 1,200 views. You understand? I had to tap the guy and I was like, bro, I know you know some things, but nobody knows it all. Nobody got it all together. I want you to understand that there are people out there who are specialized in certain stuff. You need to give them their place. You understand? You cannot do everything by yourself. Yeah, like we're sitting here. If someone comes up to me like, oh, my artist is dropping, Zamani, I want you to come up with something creative. I want us like, you already understand the Cameroonian market, how it is. What do you think we can do? Trust me, I'll be able to sit down.
Yeah, but the Zamani, another thing too is like, how many radio shows have you done in the last 2 years?
I think only one.
Which one?
That was in Yaoundé, something Jimmy FM.
Okay. So you see, the thing about it is like you expect most of these people to come through and do this, but if you go through your blog, see smart, interesting, intelligent reports of things that are happening and articles there. That does not say anything about this other aspect of you that you have. Neither do you take out time, for instance, to publicize that, to go up on radio shows, or go up on TV shows, and go up. Don't you also think that if that you do not do, but on the other hand, I personally, over my so many years of being here, I've learned most of the times, like when you talk to people about things, they might not understand it. The only thing you have to do is to go ahead and do it and get it done, and you show them that this is what I can do. And in a young industry like this, I'm sure there's a lot of artists that you could get on, work with, and use as a sample, and that speaks for you. I think even in the bigger industries and other places in the world, that's kind of how we work. Like you build a reputation.
That is true. You know what you're saying is, it's perfect. Yeah, what you're saying is true. You understand? So I've been thinking a lot. Like I want to do something like a test for free. You understand? Yeah, I've been thinking to like maybe I can get to a renowned level. Or maybe a renounced brand, you understand? Then we sit down, we talk things, because most of the time they complain about finance, or when someone comes up to something with you, it's not encouraging and you just end up pushing it away, you understand? I want to do something like that this time around, you understand? And I'm willing to work with an artist that is ready, and I'll do that completely free. And we shall come back here to talk about it.
Right, but let's talk about that for a second. The word is out there and it's been said, like that's very important. I think that's one of the reasons why we put up this show, because even though you know, a lot of people talk, but this is one talk show that I try to make sure that there's a lot of actions that are followed up after the things that we get to talk about. Next thing I want to ask you is, like, what do you think about the collaboration between the media sphere? Because for a long time, we on media and the bloggers, we've been complaining about the fact that, you know, artists do not collaborate with each other. They're not together. You know what I'm saying? They don't support each other and stuff like that. Let's turn around now and point a finger now at the media sphere and blog sphere, because I have a campaign that I'm going to start that starts today for the rest of this month. Every day I'm going to tell a particular story. I want to hear somebody's side of that story as far as me being a victim of that situation.
You see, even in the blogosphere, I think the collaboration is really minimal. One thing is, like, you know, we're in an industry where someone is trying to everybody is trying to make a name, and the most dangerous place to be is where people are struggling. That's why you see most often rich people, they do not always want poor people around, because they won't hesitate to bring you down. You understand? So in our industry, the highest problem is you think you're cool with people, but deep down with those people, they are not cool with you. So sometimes when you bring up things like, oh, let's work together, because if the media unite and they stand behind one particular act and they push, there's no way that we're not going to survive, to succeed. But then there are a lot of things that also contribute to this. You understand? An artist can come to you and you're like, bro, I like what you're doing. I want to get my other colleagues and we work on this. You understand? I understand that you're struggling. I want you to put to like bend down. Music is business. Like you're going into this, you know that you're going into business. You know, unless you don't want to go anywhere before you have that kind of traditional mindset. You need to understand that. So I want you to bring up something. Let me see how I can unite the people and we work together. I think unity in the Cameroonian blogging industry works more when there's money. Yeah, people are willing to give in their best. You understand? Unlike when we go to the music, some people, their record label terms do not tolerate that. Sometimes we blame the female artists, they're not collaborating, this, but the terms of their label do not tolerate that. But with the blogging, I think what works more is when more is there and everybody's ready to work. Right. That's why you see someone ignore a very good project that is actually training. They don't want to post about it unless you get to them. So that's just one thing about it.
All right, and where you that see the thing about it is like, okay, now that's something that's happening, right?
Yeah.
As a blogger,
yeah,
you have said it. What is your stand as a blogger on that? Because I'm gonna have to hold everybody accountable for a situation like that.
Exactly. You know, one person that when upcomers come to me, especially with a project, I tell you that, oh, I know you're struggling. I'm not going to charge you. I want you to be open with me and tell me that, oh, Zamani, this is what I have, and I want us to work on this project. If I accept that we will work on that project, I'm going to give in the best exactly the same way if you paid me. You understand? So that's what I always do with upcomers. Like they can bring me witness. Like, okay, come to me, tell me that, Zamani, this is what I have, but please, I want you to do this. I will always be there. That's why I'm trying to solve the problem. That's how I try to solve my own problem of like neglecting the upcomers because they don't have the funds or anything. Right. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do.
Because I think that to be at the end of the day, one of the reasons also that we have to understand is that the unity in the blogosphere gives everybody a specific and unique power.
Exactly.
No matter how strong you are as an individual blog or wherever you are, as long as you cannot be able to create a trend, then you are just really, when I mean really make something. So you can trend something for a few days alongside a bunch of other people, and most of the times it's usually negative stuff.
Yeah.
But let us talk about creating art that we think this is a great art.
Yeah.
This is your music intelligence. This is every other person in the blogosphere or in the media that can actually have a big mind to get together. And let us push this act. I think it's always been done. Do you ever see that happening?
I see that happening because I'm someone that I believe so much in creativity. You understand? I'm someone that believes so much in creativity. So whenever I have the chance to like talk to someone, I want to understand the kind of mind they have so that I can bring you closer to you that you're not seeing.
Are there any blogs or media houses that you're in collaboration with?
Yeah.
Partnership with?
I work more in collaboration with other blogs. But this year I was trying to see how we can step it out. You understand? Media houses out there, we can be in partnership to see how we can push certain stuff out there.
So there's no concrete partnership that you share with any blog or media house?
No. Those concrete ones. I actually
Let's
work.
Speak on two, please.
I work with Gwenti Media. Gwenti Media is actually a powerhouse. Like that's one of the media houses that I've worked with that I really enjoy. The founder is actually based in the United States. Shout out to my boss Gwenti. Right. So she's been doing amazing from overseas. She even has a show like this one. Nice. So I work with Gwenti Media, and I also work with Spotlight with Gwenti. So they have a show that they talk about anything entertainment, business, and everything. So they promote Cameroonian content too. So my
where is it based? Is it based in the States?
Yeah,
but she's a Cameroonian.
Yeah, she's a Cameroonian.
And her content is African.
Yeah, Africa, purely African.
Purely
not
African. Just Cameroonian, but like the whole of Africa.
Purely African. Yeah, so she's trying to touch the different parts of the world. So but more though we're concentrating on black stories that change people, stories that inspire people. Like oh, they come to you like, oh Nabil, how like you've been doing this radio thing for long, tell us, how did you do that? There are people out there who are willing to hear your story, how you started before you got to this point that you are. But if you don't tell that story, many people won't get it, they won't know it. But when we are on a show like this, and you have to speed it out, and you have to tell them, oh, the ups and downs, the challenges you face, and many things, trust me, it's going to help a lot of them. So that's what Gwenti Media does. And it also works it empowers youth. Like, oh, the founder so much believe in entrepreneurship and businesses. So most often she brings up courses. Most of the time, we work with them.
All right, but okay. So what I actually was talking about, what I was actually asking you about, is the fact that we're talking about a Cameroonian blogosphere. We're talking about collaboration, but we're gonna go to the publicity, and when we come right back, we're gonna get back to that.
Yeah.
Bana bani timbabe sukudu. Ya sobobe na mwasoma moni. Biyasona MTN Momo abola wa msima mwada bunyate egbe ya lokoli ojongwane wa sawa labe sukudu babana na kalati oda etitindu tutosoninka obendena osawe masango malokolo tanu tobukanika na MTN Momo tona osume moni o MTN Momo nje mota French abele nona Pongola retrait nyalokolo tanu tobukanika bolanela MTN Momo ititindutu obendena odipe tole iwo beba na mtoba na diez ayo la bola sondenje ya penya wenge.
Il est venu le temps. Dans quelques instants, tu vas pénétrer dans son univers pour ne plus pouvoir en sortir.
Du beau monde. Ils ont tous répondu oui à une interview exclusive sur
AUDACE Radio 106.8 FM.
Chaque vendredi, tu sais, te connectes avec
Nabstar, Nabil for real.
Prépare-toi à vivre quelque chose d'incroyable.
Tes artistes préférés seront là, en live, rien que pour toi.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
On the whites for here, no play.
And we're back again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Nabstar Show. You already know what it is, and I'm out here with my guest, okay? And he's going to be the co-host, apparently, for the rest of the show, as we're going to be talking to the other guests. But I was just asking you a question earlier on before the commercial break. I was asking you more about your collaboration with your colleagues in the Cameroonian blogosphere or the media sphere, not the international collaboration.
Okay. I think when it comes to 237, I work with many of them, but we don't have concrete contracts.
So what is it like?
The thing is like, okay, we are
not like signed contracts.
Exactly, it's more of a team. Yeah. So most often when projects come up, I get to them. Then we work in collaboration. You understand? So if you go to my phone now, you'll see like a team of close to 10 bloggers.
Can you list a couple of bloggers that you work with?
I've worked with Dicho Boris of Equad, Fonuel of Prodigy's blog. I've worked with JM, and I've worked with Benoit. I've worked with Josie of AfriBlinks, many of them. So anytime there's a project, they're in the team. I bring it to them. That's how we work.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting.
It's interesting.
There's a question I always wanted to ask you, right? For a couple of years, are you aware of this show, actually? Sure.
Oh. You mean Nabstar Show?
Yes, this.
Hey, Nabstar Show.
I mean, we're in here before, but we've always it's always been the same concept wherever we are.
Exactly. The fact is, if you don't know about Nabstar Show, then you're not in Africa, or should I say, I cannot talk about Cameroon. If you don't know about Nabstar Show, then you're not in Africa, because most often I look at what you guys do. The platform you guys give artists out there. The thing is that many of them are ignorant about it. So some of them just look at it like a regular show, but trust me, it's where a lot is being said. That's why most often I used to follow it live on Facebook. I follow it live on Facebook. Most of the time when artists come up, I follow them live. I get to hear how they talk. Nabstar's show is huge. Yeah. Nabstar show is huge. Not only huge, but super huge. I think that's one of the shows that we need to protect it. We need to protect it. So sometimes I discovered like maybe you guys were off for some time. Yeah, I discovered that the Friday shows are back, and that's something I think it should continue that way. And you talk a lot about on the show, like we discuss what is happening in the industry, discuss what is happening in the industry, how we can go ahead, what's holding us back, like what's happening. We are here for the past 4 years. It looks like our music industry is regressing. Yeah, so I think we need to. Things like that, chats like that can happen on the table, and Nabstar has been doing the most. Yeah, I don't think that we have another one.
So the follow-up question that I have for you, based as a blogger here, and someone who watches it live, and who's seen all the responsibilities we have, who knows, like, of course, we've been running for 5 years, but obviously I think we've been progressing, even though the industry has been regressing. Has it ever have you ever felt like it would be an infringement of our rights if you had taken content from this show and put up? Because I'm sure if you followed up our show every week, it is only right. So I'll not exaggerate, but I'm sure that every week you have content that you can take out from this show and put up on your blog that educate or just entertain people. From our freestyles to our pranks to just these conversations that we're having, because a lot of entertainment aspect to it apart from just the talk that we also have to in here. Why has that not happened?
The thing is, you know, with shows like this, I don't first of all know how the show is being copyrighted. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, these times around, Facebook is highly copyrighted in the way that you take a script like that, you post, they start warning you. The next thing, like I can remember during the AFCON, I was like, oh, let me go live and show my followers. Boom. Exactly. It was highly copyrighted that they just had to warn me. You understand? So I think most often we lack that communication between the media and you people out here. You understand? I feel like that's a chat that we can have, and almost every Friday I get to follow up the show. Then I bring up like a review of the show. You understand? I mean, that would be huge, because Nabstar is huge, and something like, okay, if we're following it and we're doing reviews of the show, people who missed it, they will get to read and they find themselves in the show and understanding. And
much more than that, I think the people that you say are on the platform and don't understand
exactly
what the platform brings to them, I think that will be another platform for them to get to understand that.
Exactly, because many of the talks that we have here, I can call them, those are real talks. Yeah, those are real talks. That's why, because sometimes, let's just say, when you write, people misunderstand you, but if people get to follow and see what's up, like they listen, they hear you talk, they'll understand that, oh, this is how it should be. So I feel like that's something that we can, let's not go far, we can actually just work on something like that. Like the show ends today, tomorrow we do something like a review of it. Yeah, the people.
And there are images to go, the videos to also go with it, and you can always get in touch with our guy. We supply you with as many images and videos you want. So I guess you also got that on camera, like I told you, that images are recording you right now, saying that you're going to do this. So welcome on board. Let's make a note of that. And I think it's also an interesting campaign for us to work up on and definitely get to. Thank you very much, all right, for being out here having this conversation with us. We're going to keep you here for the rest of the show while we take up on our other guests and give you an opportunity also to tap into how the show runs, and also, you know, an insight. If you have a couple of questions, I guess you have the opportunity to ask. And another thing too is, like, you know, we always like to give and receive. So we also give you an opportunity to send us 10 to 20, as many questions as you want. Just making it modest, like a 10 questions, 5 to 10 questions every time you see a guest that's going to come up on the show and you're interested in, or your audience as questions or something that you posted about them, and you want to know, you know that this is the place where they definitely get to peel all that juice. So please don't hesitate to send us every week. We'll be open to it. We're going to make that connect right now. You have somebody to be in touch with you. So every week you just send up your questions. Even up to the last hour, you can still send your questions.
Exactly, because a lot happens in the industry, and during the week we can gather questions that would like to go live on the show.
Exactly. I do appreciate that, and I think it's a good collaboration already. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely the way that we plan to go forward. You know what I'm saying? It's about taking the bull by the horn. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna tell a very fast story in just 2 minutes before we take up on our next guest. See, I have suffered from I think what would normally be called blackballing or blacklisting or being shadow banned in so many ways and so many stuff. And I've been talking with people, and I got to understand that a lot of people think that promoting me based on media is a conflict of interest. And I'll tell you this story. There was somebody from the CRTV who came over to the talent show that we're shooting, and they were doing a report on the talent show. And this lady knows who I am, and the photograph and the videographer also knows who I am, because I actually did work at CRTV. For those of you who don't know, I worked at CRTV in 2000, and I came back to CRTV I think 2006 or 2007. So I'm a kid of CRTV. I started in Heidi Ho. That was my first ever radio show, was on CRTV 105 as a kid. So that's like my alma mater. I've actually won awards for CRTV, and it's in the chief of station 105's office till today. Those are awards that I won with Eric Christiania. We won an award for CRTV. So that's my affiliation there. I feel like my feet are on the ground, and I, you know, I play my part there, so I need to get my respect there.
Exactly.
So a little, I'm gonna find out her name, and before I finish this campaign, I'm gonna say it live on air. So she comes and she does the interview, and she talks to a lot of people, and then the video guy's like, "Where have you been? I've not seen you in so many years. I knew when you were a kid," and we talked and changed. I'm like, "Oh, so what you doing here?" He's like, "He's doing a report." I'm like, "Okay," and then he tells me like, "Yo, I'd have liked to do a report, but that girl says that she cannot interview you because you know you're a thief." He said something that he himself didn't even understand, and I just understood. And he was like, "No, you know, there's an enfant là, il ne connaît pas, you know, il comprend pas la vie, il connaît pas." And I just thought about it, like, okay, so you have someone who knows me, I don't know, first of all. You understand what I'm saying? And it comes back to the attitude that we have, which is a very jealous one, and like envy and competition on no grounds, because as a female on CRTV journalist, me and you are not on the same lane.
No,
there's no way that there's no conflict of interest in me and you, and the star and the skies are there for every star to shine. Matter of fact, we spend most of our time just narrow-minding our vision, tunnel vision, to not see the other things and possibilities that we have in this industry. And I think it's also a problem just generally. Like, there was a certain time that everybody opened a cyber cafe down the street.
Yeah.
There was a time that everybody was going to buy a Toyota and bring down to Cameroon. There was a time that everybody's going to open a bar. Now everybody's opening a snack bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to, and then that's when we start feeling like, oh, there's no competition. There's enough room for everybody. And even if everybody has that, all the bars are still full. Or everything is still working. Just do what you have to do. Stay on your lane and people are going to come. And I always speak on, especially the blogs. You know, you guys can work together. And those who, you know, I know that a lot of blogs do not post my stuff because they think I'm a blog, and I'm not conflict of interest. And secondly, internet is not a TV station. So you scroll down your timeline, you can see 237, Beamster, Zamani blog, Nabstar. You will see all of that in 1 minute. It's not like you're on a station and you have to switch to go to another station before you see another person. So there's a lot of competition going around, and some of you are on blogs that are, you know, having a few views and stuff, but we'll never reach. And trust me, for you to get to that place, you get together, you get there
Exactly. I believe so much.
And I think a lot of people are limiting the possibilities of doing stuff because of jealousy and envy and fear of competition. Competition is a very good thing. It's called positive competition. We talked to Bella Shumerda here, and I keep saying it. What is the reason for the Nigerian growth? And he told me it's just positive competition, and I think so too, because that's how I also rock too. I look at people that I want to be like. I can not see so many around me, so I look abroad, and I start thinking to myself, like, who are those people? What are they doing? How many shows? I heard 50 Cent say on the breakfast show he has 25 TV shows, and I was like, what?
What's up?
And I'm watching Power at this time, like when I have my free time, because it's on Netflix now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what I look forward to, and I want to do that. I want to have those kind of things. So there's inspiration all around, and there's enough room and stars and skies for all the stars to shine.
You know, what you're saying is totally true. I think what limits Cameroonians is unhealthy competition. Yeah, when you pop up and you're doing something, someone just feels like you're a trait, you're a this, you're this, like, oh, and that's something that someone can come to you and be like, yo, bro, I like what you're doing. What if we put it, what if we blend it like this and push it this way? That's what you need. You see, what kills the Anglophone entertainment industry more is they don't believe in collaboration. You go to the French media and everything. Somehow you can see something like someone like Majaki. You see how working in close collaboration with Puppy or the like.
But I want to give a very big shout out to a new wave of Cameroonian comedians, and I really want to. I really want to press. I really want to lay emphasis on it, because I remember about 3 years ago we did a show on Nabstar where we're actually almost kind of solving a problem that the whole.
I followed it live.
Where you had we had Danny Green in the house, and Danny Green actually played voice notes to show us how CY was intimidating him back in the time. It's really funny how the jokers have become. How CY was intimidating him, trying to make him not have a voice, and you know what I'm saying, I felt that he was disrespectful and said really mean and degrading things to him on voice notes to make him feel little about himself. But I think that if we didn't come out and do all of that and really give him those egos, I think that he wouldn't have had that confidence. And a lot of people who, he's a strong guy, and I want to commend him for that, because like a lot of people would have just broken them, you know what I'm saying, they would never have been able to have left that situation.
That's true.
So I think, like, if you see with that, what do you think?
I think the new generation of comedians that we have here now, I'm just so happy about what they're doing, the collaboration between them and everything. Oh, you see someone get an endorsement deal, this other person is posting, this one is posting, this one is posting.
That's lovely.
I mean, even the branding,
of mind.
Even the brand itself will look at it
Right.
and be like, oh,
wow.
I think we made the right choice.
Exactly.
Everybody's talking about this. Everybody's talking
Right.
about it. So, like, I think, well, one thing I must say is
Right.
this new wave of comedians are very educated people.
True.
But look at someone like Auntie Feli. Oh, big up
Very
to him.
educated,
Big up to him.
Shout
Like
out,
he's a
right.
smart dude. You look at someone like
Lambert.
Lambert. He's a smart dude.
Yeah.
That's what
Carol,
people.
yeah, very well seasoned and educated.
Exactly. Those are people who reason.
Right.
They feel like coming together. It's coming to grow. You understand?
Exactly.
So they know now that if we come together, we're definitely growing. So they are not.
And I
like,
think that
some
the
people
whole
act out of ignorance. I think so.
Exactly.
People many wrong decisions people take is because
just
of ignorance, because they don't know what they're doing. Like they work based on their emotions. Yeah. So, and as a smart person to take one of the best decisions out there, you need to be radical in your thinking.
Right.
Yeah. So sometimes you don't let the emotions and the fact that, oh, I've been here for long.
You cannot let emotions override your reasoning. And I must give a very big shout out to all of them: Caro, Copies, Auntie Feli, Dorcas, the whole Lorenzo, everybody, all of them. Because, and I think that every sector in the entertainment industry needs to take a look at them and understand something that we've not yet understood about the power of getting together and the power of collaboration and the fact that we can all be out there and positive competition. I'm talking about people who are all on the same lane, working together, and all of them are still winning. Everybody has enough endorsement for themselves, and even more than most of you who are fighting each other. Because when you guys go somewhere to go get an endorsement and then you curse somebody and then you don't live up to it, you have blacklisted somebody and you have blacklisted yourself because you're not competent. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you guys are just losing everything. These people are going out there and then showing their best and getting together and living as one. They don't fight, they don't beef. The only beefing and fighting they do is on their skits.
Exactly.
And I think that everybody should look at that as an example. I'm talking about the old school comedians, I'm talking about the actors, I'm talking about the musicians, I'm talking about media personalities. Because media personalities, this I see the worst.
That's the worst. The fact is that we know how to cover it. You understand? That's why it's hard to hear a scandal about a blogger. You understand? About media personalities. The fact is that people, and that's the worst kind of hate, because it's low key. People go and they blacklist you somewhere. They be like, oh, why are you trying to give this deal to this person? Don't you think if you give it to me, I have this, I will do that. But trust me, if people were to be united, you get a deal and your colleagues are happy about it and they join you behind it and they push. That time that those deals would even come to me and I'm like, oh, I think I already have a whole lot of them. Bro, I think you should try this, my guy. He's super smart and he will do it. And that's just how, like, you see, maybe let's just look at the comedians. Deals might come to Auntie Feli much and she looks and she's like, oh, see, this company is coming. I feel like we can represent it together. What if we get to come together and we do it like this?
So many times you call one of them or actually you have like Karo and Copies always like together. That's like a group, so that's for sure. But they also work with other people. Sometimes you call Godis and he'll be like, yeah, I can do this with this other comedian who, or do you know this other comedian? Like they're always all together and always working together, and that's why they're winning. So there's a lot of, and I must say, like at this, from now to December, I'm going to be on a very radical campaign just to keep the truth out there, and a lot of people, I'm going to make a lot of enemies, I know, and I'm not really out here to make friends. Like I'm too old to make friends right now. I already know who is who.
Cameroonians don't like church. That's why most of them, like, I've had so many encounters with media people out there. Maybe the comedians themselves, like, there was a time I wrote about CY and he was like, oh, this guy, I'm the one that done. I say, bro, see, you have a great idea, but you're completely ignorant about what you're doing. Sometimes, like this 80-20 you bring around, like, who does not want to see a home product survive? But the problem is now how you go about it, the strategies you put in place. You need to be smart enough to know which strategies you can employ to push to put things out there. You understand? And sometimes we give our artists that confidence that, oh, they have already done enough, and that's how they relax. Bro, when they talk about work, where Nigeria is today, it's not because of luck.
And that's what I was saying.
It's not because of luck.
That's what I was saying the other day. I think like Nigeria, the Nigerian fan base gives very, very constructive criticisms.
Exactly.
So it might not be, I don't want to say constructive criticisms, right? But then I think that they hate from love. It should start from that.
Exactly.
So they love you so much that they're disappointed. So it's like if you're growing up in your house, right, and you do something wrong, your father will insult you like goat or whatever terrible insult that he will use to insult you, right? But he's not insulting you because he hates you, right? You know what I'm saying? He's just disappointed in you, and that disappointment comes from a place of love and support. But then we do not have that here. I think I figured that here it is not that. It's like somebody looks at you, right? You're already on point. You know not to know that he's already carried bad belly for you. He would try a small comment with your because your shoe is one kind, just to see if people would follow it and then they'll run with it. You know what I'm saying? He would try that comment first. And if it doesn't work, he would, you know what I'm saying? And if people go with it, bam, that's all that it's going to be about. So I really think that first of all, our state of minds need to change. We had to talk about this for a longer time, and then we're going to take up our guests. We're taking more than half of the show already doing this, but Zamani, I really appreciate you for being out here. Okay, what we're going to do, DJ Studio, tu vas nous faire un peu de la musique, et quand on revient, we're going to be talking to our next guest. We're going to get a little bit crazy. We're going to get some freestyles, and we're going to do what we do best out here on the Nabstar show. But don't forget, as we see him, so the talk is going to be coming up next, and we also going to be talking to my man Maxell, tell us what's good in that world. But my man D&D should start right now, juste avant la musique. D&D, tu peux nous dire c'est quoi le way ou tu vas attendre après?
Bah après la musique c'est mieux le temps de me préparer, tu vois ce qu'il veut dire quoi.
Non, c'est dis-moi. Si nous aidons faire, on va préparer.
Non, mais il prend le temps. C'est un personnage très choyé. Il prend son temps pour se.
Bon. Comme il
non, il n'y a pas de problème. On fait la musique.
On met d'abord la musique alors.
We'll be right back.
Il est venu le temps. Dans quelques instants, tu vas pénétrer dans son univers pour ne plus pouvoir en sortir.
Du beau monde. Ils ont tous répondu oui à une interview exclusive sur
AUDACE Radio 106.8 FM.
Chaque vendredi, tu sais te connecter avec
Nabstar, Nabil for real.
Prépare-toi à vivre quelque chose d'incroyable.
Tes artistes préférés seront là, en live, rien que pour toi.
BGC Melody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Pardon. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Not even weekend. I'm so lit, I'ma get it on. Hold on, not even drunk. Yeah, you think I'm tripping? Just wait and see when I get my rebound. Gonna leave a lot of sound. Yeah, I got my game on 100%. Like king of prom, more compliments. Yeah, we do the cha-cha. Yeah, we do the backslide. Front to back and side to side. Say oh, yeah. All I want is kiss and play. Gonna get it, come away.
Radio AUDACE, 106.8 FM.
Sleeping, forgive my way. The song got to go on. Oh God, no other way. No, I cannot wait. No time to conversate. Already feel too late to get it poppin'. Yeah, call your friends if they love the frenzy. We gonna take a big shot and call it a groovy. Then we get a high five. All of us fly, front to back and side to side, saying oh. Told me we'll be okay. Getting the fruit from tree or tray. Serving, you just made my day. And thinking laundry or even lunch. You just wanna get out and flex my waist. Get the pumping kisses and huggings. Group embracing, you will love my team. After 8 melon, you will love my cream. Look at this split, you will love my sprints. See all green, you will love my spring. If you're slipping on me, you will love my dreams. H2O, just bought my drink. So refreshing, I'm hidden in. Joining the party, I'm seated in. All we gonna do is see a win.
Radio AUDACE.
Radio AUDACE.
106.8 FM.
BGC Melody.
Jama, jama. Bon appétit, hein? Jama, jama. Ding dong. Langa. Jama, jama. Bandong. Chop, 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 chop. Ndole. Koki. Achu. Kondre. Sangatu. Wata fufu elo. Mbongo chobi. A pounded yam. Egusi. Okra gari. Help me count my soups. Soup, 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 soup. Jama, jama. Soup, 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 soup. Banga soup. Soup, 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 soup. Jama, jama. Soup, 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 soup. Obono and kate, kate. Kate, kate, fufu. Jam, kate, kate. Give me some kate, kate. Kate, kate, fufu. Jam, kate, kate. Jama, jama. Jama, jama. Soya, banku palava. Too much sauce. Too much sauce. Malva, pap and chakalaka. Too much sauce. Too much sauce. Jebu Jenja. Jebu Jaja. Doro what? Jama, jama. Vivi Indira. Jama, jama.
Il est venu le temps. Dans quelques instants, tu vas pénétrer dans son univers pour ne plus pouvoir en sortir.
Du beau monde. Ils ont tous répondu oui à une interview exclusive sur
AUDACE Radio 106.8 FM.
Chaque vendredi, tu sais te connecter avec
Nabstar, Nabil for real.
Prépare-toi à vivre quelque chose d'incroyable.
tes artistes préférés seront là, en live, rien que pour toi.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
On the wise for here, no play. Sabi ne the hide over Sabi all day. We don't need wife for yeah, don't take. Small no be sick, I be big country. Bounce on my for tell you know it's okay. Life for yeah, not teach with the young all day. Remy on a feet, she the hustle all day. We the stop and really quick with some hustle coffee. Small cartel chick, the work for big pay. Guess man off his sleep where the job never pay. Puzzle on the beat, see the wait now payday. Life on repeat, I beg you press play. Now welcome to the streets where the real boys stay.
We're back here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. You're listening to AUDACE 106.8 FM, and we have been talking to a man, Zamani from Zamani Blog, and we've been speaking about the state of the industry. But at this point in time, it's time for us to take up on our first guest, and of course, I told you Zamani is going to be co-hosting the show with me for the rest of the show. So give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for our next guest who comes in here, and I'd like Maxime to present him to us.
Alors ce soir, nous accueillons un super, quelqu'un de très intéressant. Alors je vous laisse accueillir ce soir le prochain guest. Notre prochain guest, il s'agit de Nazi Blaze.
Ouais,
allez. Nazi Blaze.
Have a seat, put your headphones on, and let's talk. What's up, Baba? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome, Nazi.
Thank you.
But have a seat, put your headphones on. Let's go straight up to it. You have to get closer because you got to talk into the mic, bro.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Get into the mic. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So you make sure you speak up into the mic. Welcome to the show, bro. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna get down to it at once. Like, just introduce yourself, let people know who you are, what you do, where you're from, and what you represent.
Yeah.
Actually, I go by the name Fubless. That's my real name.
Right.
I come from the native clan of Bamenda, precisely Bafut.
Right.
That's where I come from. Singly raised by my one mother. I never had a chance to see my dad. So actually, I do music with my brother, my junior brother Spexy.
Okay.
He's about the corner, and we've been doing this since about 2016, yeah, I think, where we fell in love with music along the school. So we were trying to like do both music and school at the same time, but due to the the condition of how things turn out to be.
Yeah.
Left school.
That's due to the crisis, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be explicit out here, bro.
Yeah.
So due to the crisis,
out. Yeah, we dropped out and.
You dropped out. What class were you when you dropped out?
Yeah, I dropped out with advanced level. I got my advanced level.
Oh,
so
cool.
I left school. I got myself into street business.
Right.
Yeah, which I try to hustle to see how in my hustling I get back to the music work, which I do.
Okay.
So
at this point in time, you were going into, how did you get into the music now? Because after hustle, you got into the music now. Let's talk about the music. Like, where did it start, and what does it represent?
It started with I got a friend of mine called CJ. He's presently, I think, in Maryland. He got me initiated into this because back then he was like, he know how to do some kind
like
of
to make
instrument.
beats?
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
And I was like, wow, this guy's like perfect. And he was a calm guy, so I get myself closer to this guy.
Right. That was in Bamenda?
Yeah, in Bamenda.
Right.
His school back then are progressive, so
Right.
I get myself closer to this guy. We share ideas together. He taught me things which I am today I'm grateful, and I actually I get to meet another people. I get myself connected with friends along then.
That was where you got the plug. Like when you got to him, like you met a lot of people out there. He had a studio, right?
He never had a studio. We do this at home.
He's at home, like a home studio.
Yeah, like a home studio.
Right.
We never had a studio.
So he would make the beats and then you would rap.
Yeah, he made the beat at home. Then we were like.
You rap on it.
Yeah, we rap on it.
Right.
He do the recording and all the rest, and sometimes we sort out funds. We take the recording to the studio. We try to make it professional.
Right.
Yeah. Then we get ourselves connected to little shows around.
Right. How is it like I want to really understand, like, how is it like those first days? So now you do a song with him in the house, and then you go down to the studio, you try to get it out there. Now you have one single that's out.
Yeah.
And next thing is that you have to put this music out. What's your next step? Like, just run us through your step, like from the first stages of that. Your first stages when you started music, right? When you were at this stage, like, what were your steps? Like, after that, you go to the studio. When the music is out now in the professional studio, right? What's the next step?
We knew nothing to do with it, just to release it in the platforms and we share it. That's all.
Right, but you guys are hustle for shows, right?
Yeah.
You're hustling for shows, right?
Yeah. And you know how the show turned out to be. They don't really pay you the way.
Yeah, but how was it like? Just tell us about that hustle for the shows, because that's something you used to do. How did it work? How was the business like? Would you charge? How did you get shows?
It was kind of like cool. Sometimes we get paid, sometimes we not.
How do you get the shows, first of all?
Actually, we get the shows. We have our friends. We connected to online parties. It mostly be with birthday parties.
But that means that when you see birthday now on internet, you just hit the birthday up, say, bro, what's up, man? Maybe artists, that kind of thing, and one kind of show. How do you work?
No, like that. Not like that. We just, how can I put it?
You have people who book you for the shows.
Yeah, actually, we have.
So you get connected up where they do parties there and that kind of stuff. And
yeah.
And
we
every
have
time
a lot
they
of
hit you,
friends.
Yeah.
And we share our stuff to them.
Yeah.
So if they see opportunities like
they'll
that,
hit you up, say help, come and perform.
Sometimes
like it's free. Sometimes you.
Most of the times it's free.
Right. So from these free shows, what do you actually get? Like when you go out for a free show, what's your...
My main priority is to get the fan base and for them to know me and know what I can do.
Right.
So my main aim is just to let them know the kind of product which we do, and if it's good for them, then let them come get it. If it's fine for you, you can give us whatever you have.
Right.
So that's just my main aim for the show. I get your attraction, I give you what I have, then if you go with it, then you can bless me.
There's one of the Jay-Z rules that he said, like, you need just 15 seconds to impress somebody, and sometimes you need just 5. So, as a matter of fact, you need between 5 and 15 seconds to impress somebody. So, if you had to have this platform and you have 15, because we don't yet know the kind of music we do, we're still trying to know the person that you are. Okay, that's the format which you're going, right? Now, it's just this is you. You have 15 seconds to just do anything you want. Musically. So, but ask the question.
I don't get it.
Let's say this is the only chance you have to show us who you are. and we're giving you 15 minutes.
Yeah, an audition.
An audition. Like we want to
Universal.
Exactly, Universal. Just do something for 15 seconds. Let's hear. Let's get you.
15 minutes or 15 seconds.
15 seconds.
Like a rap or something.
The more questions you ask, the more we'll believe that you're actually coming to be a journalist like me.
No.
You know what you do already. You know what you do already, and we are like, okay, impress us in 15 seconds. Let's get you. Let's go.
Okay. Man, we been old school. Enter self a street man, they break all the rule. Pussy madam, myself a palm, I go chew. I don't enter self a game, make it a rule. I define the 10. Enter for the game, I want for call my own man. Spec zip for corner, he be there for my back. Man, be don't gotta say the flow, they put up a back. He start a check. No beauty for the talk. Bolo don the kale man, no car for the work. Put non-stop, man, get I be don't kale so not sure with the foot of the pod, but that's just I'm not really good at it.
You don't have to say you're not really good at it.
Never say that.
You don't need to say that. It's up to us to say how we feel about it. And you know what? That was dope.
All right. So I just wanted, at this point in time, right, you're no more in Bamenda, right? You guys are in Douala now.
Yeah.
Right? How did that move? Like, tell us about that transition.
Actually, it started like with the crisis issue.
Right.
Yeah, things getting hard in Bamenda, so we had to come over in Douala. I got my uncle, which is at Bonaberry. So the time I came here, I had to stay with him, and after that, I left his place and I went with my big brother. I lived with him, and from there, I took off by myself.
Okay, so now you live on your own right now.
Yeah, I live with my brother.
You live with your brother?
Yeah.
Spicy?
Specsy.
Where is he? Call Specsy, man. Let Specsy come through here, man. Let's talk to Specsy also for a second, all right? Then on the music thing, how can you describe your music? How can you describe your vibe? How can you describe your sound?
My vibe, actually, the kind of vibe we bring, like me and Specsy, we're trying to do both the Afro beat and we do the hip hop beat. So actually, like the previous EPs which I've been releasing, I do 2 EPs. The first will be all Afro sounds, and next EP it will be all hip hop sounds. Yeah, so that's how I do. So actually, we're just trying to find ourselves where we're good at, and we can switch.
All right.
But actually, we present all the 2.
Okay, Specsy, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, Nabstar.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah.
So we've been talking to Nazi, right, and he's been telling us all about you guys' history and the music and everything. Are you guys a group, first of all?
Actually, we are a brother and we do shit like a team.
Like a team?
Yeah.
But you guys not like really like a group?
No, but we do it like a team, actually.
So you guys have songs together, you guys have collaborations
All
together?
of our songs. All of the songs I've done, I did with him.
And all of the songs you did with him?
Exactly.
So you guys are like
like
Casey
like a
and
team.
JoJo or something, right?
Yeah.
No be so? Huh? No be so?
Yeah, definitely.
But then why don't you guys, like, why is it not like that? Like, why was that? Why did I get that information like that? Did I get information like that? Was it supposed to be both of you?
I don't know. Yeah,
who was booked? Who was booked on? You was booked on the show.
I was booked.
But why did you book him too?
No, I did. But they actually told me that they would use just a single picture. I sent his picture and mine, but they say they would use just a single picture. I never had no choice.
But then didn't you, like, since you guys are a group, maybe you guys should do like a picture together.
Exactly.
So that's what's supposed
go
to
for a
happen.
photo shoot, get pictures together. When things pop up like this, it'll be easy for you because, hey,
you guys are a group. Like, always remember that. Don't forget that one thing you guys have to always remember on the show, you record as much as you can to go back home and listen to most of the things we're going to say out here. Coming on this show is not really about this. Is about, it's a whole process. Like, when you leave the show, you get out of here, there's going to be a lot of networking, a lot of like stuff. And want people to leave from here and step up their game. That's the most important thing about being up on this show. Okay, so I think that first of all, let's hear from you, bro. Like, who are you? Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Okay, actually, my name's Specsy Clinton. I come from Bamenda.
Right.
The genre of music which I do hip hop and I do Afro.
Right.
Yeah. And I've been doing this for about 1 year now.
Okay.
Yeah, since I left Bamenda, I left the university and I met Nazi.
Right.
Yeah, from the time I met him, got connected with him.
Right.
He motivated me, and with time I could pick up, write some stuff, and I became better at it.
All right.
Yeah.
So both of you are just rappers. Like, who's the producer?
We got a producer, we got Magic Fingers. And
Shout out to Magic Fingers.
Magic Fingers. Niggas always being great.
Big up.
Yeah, and we got another one, J-Pad. Shout out to J-Pad.
Right.
I've been with him ever since too, from Bamenda, and he's wonderful in Afropop.
All right.
Yeah. So they're the only two producers which I currently work with them.
All right. So what you guys have as far as music is concerned, projects and your discography? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we have a lot of projects. Like basically now we have 2 projects, like 2 EPs based on about 10 songs with 5 hip hops and 5 Afro pops, just to release currently.
It's just been released.
It's already out. It's still here with me.
Be released. No, like, I want to know what has been released. What you have out right now.
We have 2 EPs that is based on 12 to 13 songs.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have about 3 videos to 3 videos. Let me say. Yeah, 3 videos.
Okay, so now let's talk about something for a minute. How does it work where you guys, like when you guys drop all that amount of work, right? Like what is, when you say you release them, like what is your release plan? What's your release strategy?
Yeah. Okay, first, when we release, the first thing we do is we share to our contacts, then we get in contact with some bloggers. Actually, we could not get in contact with many, but we get in contact with some, like J. Martin's Promo. There's another Funwell. We have used them. When we release our stuffs, we get in contact with them, we chat how they transact, and
that's how it works, right?
Yeah, that's just.
Okay, let me ask you guys a very important question, right? So like, everybody that does music has like what you call like a fan base. So you have people that you're addressing, you have people that you relate to, people that relate to you, and that's your fan base, right?
Yes.
Can you guys tell us what's your fan base?
Okay, our fan base is mostly those based with Mboko, Pidgin rap, and we are.
No, don't get it twisted. There's a difference between who your fan base is and who your target market is. I'm not asking what your target market is. I'm asking what your fan base is.
Currently now we don't have a lot of fan base, so I cannot emphasize on that.
All right, now let us work on a few things. Let's go down a few things, and I'm sure Zamani got a lot to talk about, but let's go down a few things, okay? Now, hip-hop music that you guys do, associated with Mboko, all right? Coming from where you guys are from, Bamenda, looking at the story, you start doing stuff in the house, and then you go out there, look for shows, and the reason why you were doing shows back in the days was so you to be able to get a
fan base.
Thank you, right?
Yes.
And then the thing is, like, when you do what you're doing and then you are out there in Bamenda, I think I'm going to give let's first of all give a shout out to Bamenda. Everybody out there. Because I really think that Bamenda is like, you know, like, I don't know, God has blessed Bamenda so much. There's a real lifestyle out there. There's a mad talent out there. It's just crazy. Like, the amount of talent that you have there is mad. And most of the times I see a lot of clean, nice, dope swag, sabi in them. I always say these kinds of sabi como is like, you know what I'm saying? And so I really must give a shout out to you. But then, if everybody in Bamenda has that lifestyle, has that state of mind, why don't we have people? I want to ask you that, because I think that when I say, well, you have a fan base, it's like somewhere along the line you should be able to move around Bamenda, move around from Bafut to where you grew, to Progressive, to schools that you know, to the different shows you did for free, to be able to sit down today and have a couple of people who have followed you somewhere around there and you've left a mark on, and then you're progressing.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, if you do that there and you spend all that time in doing that there, and that's a hustle, and then you come to Douala and then you go see 4-3 blogs and you're trying to talk to them, how relatable are those blogs to the fan base that you spent a lot of time in Bamenda creating? Where are the people who have watched you and liked what you've done and took the phone and followed you or watched the video or shared your stuff or got your number and watched your status, even on that personal level? Like, where are they? Like, what have you done with that crowd? With those people who actually understand you? That's your fan base. Now, when you leave that crowd, and then you are here, and then you try and find bloggers. So you catch 1, 2, 3, 4. All bloggers in Cameroon are competent, much respect to them.
Exactly.
But then, when you just find those bloggers, what's the strategy? Why are you reaching out to those bloggers? Are they the ones that where you were growing up, when you were looking for those shows and everybody around you was online, that's what they were watching, that's what they were looking at? You ask yourself those questions, because that's the first start. Because now that you're not there, the only way to reach them is on the internet.
Yes.
And for you to target them on the internet, which is a very wide scope where all of us plus Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're all video on today. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is to be able to target internet platforms that have that. Now, the second thing is about strategy. That's what he was talking about. Like every time you want to release music, no matter how good it is, and I'll say this and I've said it over and over, talent is a prerequisite. It's not an assurance for success.
Yeah, definitely.
I've seen, no be all man, way past advanced level where they agree for UB.
Exactly.
No be all man ordinary level where Sase go take you for lower seat. You understand that? But you need to get them before if he goes high school or for go university.
Exactly.
So that's what talent is, a prerequisite. It's not an assurance for success. You understand what I'm saying? There are way more talented people than successful people.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So strategy is the most important part of it. And then when you can be able to play strategy and put so many things in part, your personality, your lifestyle, your music, who you are talking to, and you ask yourself a question. I want all young artists to look in the mirror and ask themselves this question. Don't play yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Look into the mirror and ask yourself, like this music why I dey play for years, so if I don't be know myself, I'll be playing every day for my life. The video where I don't shut down. So apart from the fact that they are mad where I fresh inside the video, if I don't know myself, will I really F with this stuff? You understand what I'm saying? Don't play yourself. And then you ask yourself that, okay, minus that. Before this, they find them around us, the kind of music we like and we people they sing and we put together on that song. Where does my music sit in that?
Yeah.
These are all the things that you do because you're not doing music for yourself, you're doing music for a crowd.
Exactly.
And then you're going to lose a crowd or lose touch of your fan base. And I keep saying fan base is where you start from, something you never forget. That's why you see in this hip-hop culture, everywhere in the world, especially in America where he was born, is about where you're from.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
because that's what people relate to much. America is so big that even though you're an American, people are in Chicago and people are in New York, they have two different state of minds, two different problems, two different cultures, two different stories. Like they don't even talk or they don't even have the same accent. Like they don't even sound the same. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the first thing is that you are from a place that you could see that man being where he's from, representing it to the fullest and just admire it or learn or understand it. He's not trying to be you. And you're not trying to be him. And we can never be them, and we are admiring stuff that's so far. Because there's original to the core, and the people who actually take that energy and spread it out to the world are the people who understand what they're saying, understand how to move, understand what they do, understand that lifestyle that they're actually talking about. Now I want everybody to go back to the drawing board after we always have conversations like this and understanding like, bruh, if you do not strategize, it means the same time you spend just doing all those shows and everything, I mean, I waste of time because that people that will be trying to gather them and the people that you need them today for the start be your 200, 300, like them first before you get to 3K.
Definitely.
Strategy is something he does, and he just said earlier that there's a lot of free artists that he's just a young artist ready to work with and give strategic tests. So, as Nabstar, I mean, Baba, so it's his first test. So, what do you think?
You know, I think one of the first mistakes that you guys make is you contact an artist, you bring your cover art, you bring your links. For you, what do you want? You want them to go ahead and share, right? Go to share to their audience and everything.
You mean a blogger?
Yeah.
You contact the blogger.
Exactly. When they contact the bloggers, I'm talking to them. When you contact the bloggers, some tell you that they're going to post it 3 times, 4 times a week or something. True. Yes, and that's how it ends, right? But you need to ask yourself, what are the strategies? So the first thing that you need to do is you need to have a strategy before you come to a blogger. If you don't have a strategy that is workable, it's a strategy that can work, you bring it to the blogger, he will be like, okay, today we'll post the cover art, tomorrow we'll post the teaser, the next day we'll post the video.
Some robotic story that
some
doesn't
robotic
really
stuff, regular things.
But it's
and
nice.
That is how it happens.
Story, you know,
understand?
And a fine story.
So
you got to know whether you do on the side of JK or you do on the side of collector. You get to understand.
Exactly. That's how it goes, right? When you come down, like, okay, today we post the cover art, tomorrow we post the teaser, tomorrow the this, and that's all. And when they are done with the 4 posts, that's all. What next? What were you out to achieve? Have you achieved it? Okay, let me bring you guys closer again. Secondly,
but now, please, I just want to be very clear. You should listen to this very carefully. And for those who are listening also out there, it's very important that you understand this, right? Because so many times people felt like blogging is like talking to bloggers or going to bloggers is not necessary from where he's coming from. But then it's going to show you a different part of it, where it is where you actually do need to bloggers.
Exactly. Now I want to tell you guys how this works. so that when you step out from here, someone can know that you guys were on Nabstar and you guys are making the difference. Now, let me tell you how this works. When you have a project at hand, the first thing that you need to do, when you have a budget for a promo, that's the first thing. When you have that budget, now you need to work on your strategy.
Sorry, please. Yeah. I'm sorry to do this, right? Just want to pause you here. I want to call up on our next guest because I think that he also definitely needs to gather from some of this knowledge. So let me not leave him out. If he's out there, please let's just bring him over here. Donacel should be here somewhere. By the fact, like I'm going to give a very big shout out to the blog God. Right? Victor.
Victor,
or 237.
He's been doing the most. Like that's one of the most strategic.
237. A big shout out to him because he unplugged me up with a bunch of people like giving you stuff and Donacel. Donacel. Yeah, I want to get Donacel. And the next artist that he actually saw his video on 237 and I felt like it was dope. I thought it was raw. I thought it was hard, and I thought it was really good. On appelle Donacel, c'est là. Oh no, next artist. Let's put our hands together. All right. Let's have this conversation really out here. Donacel, just introduce yourself real quick, all right? And let's get your intro. Tell people who you are, what you do, where you from, what you represent. Let's go.
Yo. This is your boy Donacel. I come from Bamenda.
Right. See, I told you guys, man. And secondly, Bamenda is on island. Only dreadlock them. They would have.
I'm telling you that it's crazy out there.
It's crazy, bro. That guy like Bamenda that Jamaica. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So I'm out here just trying to do music, rap for my people,
rap
for my country, and take it to another level.
So what's your sound like? What kind of music you do? How you describe your sound? Speaking to the mic, please.
I would say I do African music, I do Cameroon music, I do Bamenda music.
Right.
Yeah, so when you listen to my sound, you're gonna get that Cameroonian part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we go ahead, right? I don't know. You've met them. You know them.
Yeah. To be honest, I know them from set. I've watched their videos on TV.
You have seen their videos.
Yeah.
Which videos have you seen of them?
I've seen a rap song of I know this guy's face. But I'm not good with names, sorry, bro.
Okay, all right. So you guys can reintroduce yourselves, right?
Okay, I'm Spexy Clinton.
Okay, I go by the name Nazi Bless.
All right.
Nazi.
The pleasure's mine.
And both of you guys are from Bamenda, so you guys can. Now, Douala when I come meet up. All right. So one thing I wanted to say about all of this, first of all, is I must also say, Zama, you see, one thing I also noticed about it is like, you see, hip-hop is a lifestyle, hip-hop is a culture. You understand what I'm saying? To a certain extent, you cannot just be a poet and have an attitude and think that you're a hip-hop artist. Because it's a lifestyle and it's a culture. And it's a whole package. You understand? Now, one thing I want to see from young artists when they come up here, Baba, I'm saying, yeah, to talk, it's very important for you too. One thing I want to see young artists when they come up here, like, yo, who are you? Where you from? Like he said, before you walk up to a blogger, to give him that song that you want him to post and actually pay him for it. Funds that you don't really have yet. You should have a strategy. So before you even come up on radio, you have to look at it. Look at the radio is cool. Come right there outside. Come back and them. You get for check your sense. We say you want be. That's why we created the platform. I know, like you created the platform because say, bro, meantime I be young, I be off television, look myself at television, say, bro, I want dinner, so. Now I see some platform where people don't put away thing they cool, they on internet, on my journey, you understand? I be Sabi man, you see Sabi man who hosts the show. Thing you get to understand, say thing they kind, you understand? So when one kind of show, you gotta check sense, say, okay, my go come for they go shine. You understand? Bro, I mean, trust me, all throughout, I'm sure, every time from the day we start record for this, in one way you want to do, and I say you want to feel like a hip-hop star.
Definitely.
And this is a platform for you to feel like that. But it's not just to swag up and come here and feel like that, and look like that, but it's for you to sound, feel, and act like that, and then to talk to people and communicate with people. One thing I always want to understand from all young artists, what's your story? It's just tan, go. Bro,
who are you?
Who are you? You get what I'm saying? Bro, people listen to your music based on who you are.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying? When I know, I always go to Nigeria, I don't give a F what anybody thinks. But let's talk about Portable.
Yeah.
All my you know the Portable.
You know that his music is who he is. You understand? So especially with rap music, you need to narrow it to a personal level. Like that's who you are. Rap music, like, is not fiction. Live music is like rap music is lifestyle.
You can't lie.
You can't. You like when you lie in your raps, bro. It's something like it's funny. It's crazy.
It's what we do.
You can't be in Bermuda and you're rapping about Bugattis, like, bro.
You get. And that's why I say again, it's sometimes what we hear most of the time. But I think now it's changing. You know, it is changing gradually. You get what I'm saying? But it's a positive change, and we always have to keep that in the back of our mind. See, bro, people can sing love songs tomorrow and don't have to be lovers.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? But you cannot go out there and take somebody's rap and sing it. People can write love songs for people and sing it, and their hits, one of our biggest hits in Cameroon, have been written by other people. You get me? But you cannot. Which rapper raps a song that is written by somebody else? You understand what I'm saying? So if you cannot rap on a song written by somebody else, you cannot live a life that you're not rapping about, or rap about a life that you're not living.
Exactly.
That's true.
So you see, it's totally impossible for you to be here and you're telling a story of being in the US, talking about dollars splashing, talking about you've not experienced that, and you cannot tell that story more than those rappers in the state that have done it. Actually, you understand? So you will always fall short of that glory. Right. You understand? You will always fall short, and when you want to get out there, you want to be able. Sometimes bring yourself back. Like, who am I? Look at yourself in the mirror. Who are you? Who are you? Don't play yourself. Like, what is it about me? What do I want the world to know about me? This is about me. That's your story. Right. You understand? And people will relate to it based on how real it is. Right. Yeah. People can easily smell bullshit from a distance. I'm telling you. You understand? Exactly. So if I'm listening to something and you're like, oh, like you're rapping, like I feel like, oh, this guy is telling a story of being super rich, but you come to me, you can't even pay for promo. You're like, bro, I get 5K. Bro, I'm like, what story are you telling? What story are you telling?
And I want to say this again. I think that in whatever you're doing in your life, success is an important part of it. Okay, and let's go back. I'm a hip hop head. Let's talk hip hop. We got hip hop artists out here. Young Jeezy walked into Def Jam, and the president told him to close the door. First of all, because he had the same $75,000 watch that guy had, and he's sitting down here and saying, "Bruh, you have 75 on your wrist like me. Why am I signing you for?" Do you understand? That's my serious man. That so you can't have a serious business. What he tells him is that, listen, man, I don't want to listen to your music, anything. Whatever you do, I know you're doing it good. And if you can do what you have been doing, as you can do what you have to do here, as well as you've been doing what you have been doing, as long as you leave that street business and that gang life and all that stuff out of my door, bro, I sign you right now.
Exactly.
So you have to understand, like, at a certain point in time, most of the times we get fooled by rap music and rapping about situations that we do not live, and it gets us very, very lazy. Do you understand what I'm saying? It makes you so lazy. So instead of you to go out there and actually find 10 million to do a few things, you just sit down in your house and then write a rhyme and then pay 500,000 and shoot a video that makes you feel like you don't find that 10 million. You don't dare and say you get the 10 million. You look like the 10 million, but you don't have it.
You don't have it. It's true. It's like you're playing yourself. It's not like you are playing yourself. You understand? So with rap music, you can discover that most of the biggest songs out there, especially rap music, they like, okay, let's not go far. Look about Mike Monster, Johnny. Mike tells his story.
That's his story. That's why everybody relates to Mike.
Everybody relates to it. One thing about Africa is like, okay, let me say one thing about Cameroon is like, I mean, we grew up in a country where people have similar experiences, and when you're true to your experience and you tell it, there's A that will relate to it, there's B that will relate to it. Right. But if you don't, and you're out there, you're trying to portray a different image, you're trying to tell the different stories. I get your music, I'm like, oh, I hear thousands of dollars, and I'm like, oh, you're riding in a Bugatti, and bro, you came to a show in a bike, and I'm like, what's up? What's up? There's something wrong. You understand? You need to be real. When you're real, the creativity increases. The creativity increases.
But then I also want to that's why I say whatever you're doing, you have to be good at what you're doing. Because don't forget the fact that being real doesn't mean you have to be
exactly.
Because the truth about it is that
steps in now.
I think that as a rapper, like even as an artist, right? We just said earlier on, like the first thing is to have talent, but that's just a prerequisite. It's not an assurance for the talent. I think what you need is the hustle. That's what makes this artist bigger than that artist. You understand what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You get what I'm saying? It's the hustle, it's how you move, it's how you think, how you strategize, how you plan, how you invest, the human relationships that you make. You understand what I'm saying? How you follow them up, and all that is definitely very important. So one thing I want to say before I give you guys an opportunity to also talk, because it's like a talk show, is that I still lack a lot of stories that you guys already have in you that you don't even have to talk about. See, one thing that you three have in common is that you all have been displaced from crisis. Am I right or wrong?
That's right.
We come from a place where I never saw that. Like, I came to Cameroon when it just started, but then I never saw that. I never lived in that. I felt it in Boya, and since then I'm not trying to do that. You get what I'm saying? So I never understood that. I never understand what it is like to actually grow up in one place and then have to do that and then move. I grew up in Europe with a lot of Liberians who who've been through the worst part of that, right? But I still cannot relate to it. You get me?
Exactly.
The fact that you guys are here, and the fact that I must tell you, in the past 3 years, I have discovered a bunch of talents that it's like they just put fire in an ant hole and then sent out all the talented ants, like everybody, like most of people that I've seen discovered from the talent show that I've been hosting, and a bunch of rappers that have been coming here, and just music I'm seeing online, is from people who were in Bamenda, went through the crisis and have come over here and are doing that thing because they feel, oh, I'm already one step closer. I know a lot of people who used to watch the show, like I'm Bamenda, I used to watch the show, and then they're here. And then just because they came to do they're here, when they're in Bamenda, they just felt like it was like almost impossible to ever make it here. You understand what I'm saying? You get me? But then if you come here, you're one step closer. Oh yeah, I can do it. And you can make it, and you can make it. And this is the platform for you to bounce up and go further. So one thing I also want to get is like there should be a story behind you guys. You guys have interesting stories.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody has moved from one place and everybody's here. When you come up on radio, that's what we want to hear. It's called media training also. All of you have to have it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You come up on radios it's to let people to know who you are. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot have a fake persona when you're there on radio.
Exactly, there's no way.
It's not going to work for long. When you come on radio, you know you are. That's why you see for me, the switch from English, pidgin, anything where you feel comfortable about, be yourself. Just be yourself. Me, I grew up in an era where people didn't agree for talk pidgin for radio, so I got used to just speaking English. You understand how I talk? So now they're free for me for pidgin. Every time I got opportunity to chip a pidgin in, you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I'm being me, bro. That's what it is. You get what I'm saying? And that's what everybody else here definitely needs to do. All right. So Donas, let's talk a little bit about you, bro. Trace us through your career, musical career, how you started and how you got here.
I started like the career started with my love for music from childhood. So with that love, I've just always been focused with music and entertainment.
Right.
Like some years ago, I was into video editing and stuff. So I actually know how to edit. Yeah. But with the strike and all the things that really happen, life can strong sometimes. Man give a dump someone to take another one, hustle to keep the dream going. So I relocated to Douala about it was 2018 when the strike was still it was difficult, but I managed to make my way out of the struggle. Then got back to Boya, got into the studio. So without much to say, I've just been that guy doing music in the studio and trying to bring it to you guys. Yeah.
Strategy, let's talk about that. You heard us talk a little bit about strategy. What is yours?
How are you getting to put your music out there to the public, to the market, to your consumers? How is your music going out there?
My strategy, I was saying my first strategy is just to do good music. From there, like get into the studio.
Prerequisite. That is still a prerequisite.
Yes,
yeah, because I want to say that there's a lot of good music that has been done out there.
No matter how good your product is, it cannot sell itself. Yeah.
Fact.
So what are you doing now?
Talking about how good your product cannot sell itself, let's get to a commercial break and we'll be right back.
Back to school is here. With Momo, you have the chance to win 100,000 francs in scholarships every day. The operation is simple and easy. Make a withdrawal or a payment of 5,000 francs minimum by dialing *126#. What are we doing today?
Il est venu le temps. Dans quelques instants, tu vas pénétrer dans son univers pour ne plus pouvoir en sortir.
Du beau monde. Ils ont tous répondu oui à une interview exclusive sur
AUDACE Radio 106.8 FM.
Chaque vendredi, tu sais te connecter avec
Nabstar, Mabel for real.
Prépare-toi à vivre quelque chose d'incroyable.
Tes artistes préférés seront là, en live, rien que pour toi.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. And we back at it, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. We out here talking to these young rappers all the way from BDA, and we talking to my man Zamani. Dulo, before we go ahead, right, and get down a few things, Dulo has a slot that he does here every Friday. It's called
As We Hear, I'm not so really talk.
All right, now you want to pull up to do that?
That's what it is.
Okay, now you're gonna pull up to do that. Hey, we're gonna camera for you. Let's put a hand together for Dulo, ladies and gentlemen. Dulo, come over here now. Just stand in between them two. Then you try to use this microphone so that maybe you gather the belong today. And want to get everybody's opinion. So basically, as we hear and so we talk, and basically stuff that we get offline of the internet and just rumors that are going out there. And we hear and so we try to talk for you. But I always try to give my opinion about it. And obviously, this stuff comes from places like Zamani Blog. So let's see what we got.
But it's just today plenty.
This week now it's to be the special. I can't decide.
The just today is going to be crazy.
Let's go through it real quick.
Yeah, so tell me say Bamenda people live in house, but they do show for Bamenda it's not even talk about. So I don't even know. Yo, as we hear I'm not so we talk about.
Yes, sir.
We here. Today we want to start with Gomez. Oh man, house. Let's give a clap. Let's give a shout out to Gomez.
What's up, Gomez?
Hey, Gomez. After Gomez has released a lot of banger as hits, as we call it.
Right.
Gomez actually gave us one special talk. He was telling us about his love for music, what he has for music, and the kind of music he brings out. Cameroonian and talk say Cameroonian and like for beg too much. But Gomez didn't come to beg. Gomez was just merely telling us he sold his first car to actually shoot a video. Which the video is supposed to be out.
I talk say Gomez no come for beg when as you talk and I say this here.
Baba as you talk
why the judge?
Baba as you talk when I saw the as you hear and I saw the judge.
No the judge.
He tell we say that song, the title of that song, "A Family," and he's about to drop it out, and he just went to Nigeria to do a song with Oxlade.
Let's make some noise together.
Yes, special sensation. Oxlade is special sensation.
Right.
And now so now Oxlade they actually give it a vibe in Africa.
Right.
So he gets some other song he want to drop out with Oxlade. And that song he says he's about to sell his second car, and that's the last.
Yeah.
If he sell him, I say go actually you want to do something, he will go out. Right. So the question we found in the
so you don't say first car for his first video.
For sure this he has shot the video for Family.
But now out.
It's not out. It's about to be out. I think this month.
Right.
So thing where they talk and now and I say the one we get our Oxley where the back make we support you. It come. So Stanley, you know, was actually there. Like Stanley actually gave his love on the comment section. He actually came like, no, Libro, do something with love emojis and I like what you said. With the write-up he gave. The write-up he gave. So the two would want actually ask from you today, Babana say, from questions we fans and talker. Cameroon don't be bent on begging, almost support Gomez because he give us a good write-up.
Support you when I want buy all when I want join buy motor. I don't understand.
Not even buy motor.
They support now. You support you know. It's kind of support. If someone say motor for do a video, or when I don't turn na car dealer them. Anybody we want buy motor go buy na one man buy one motor. It's gonna
he did not say that. He did not say that he wants to do crowdfunding or something. No,
they get him motor. They don't buy. We don't tell no man buy. Now he want sell for one man. You understand that? Anybody we talk say Camunia. That's what they like to the bag. When I try to the buy.
We can help him by buying.
No, when I buy. And they put it, don't say Cameroon acts like to beg. When I start the buy. When I stop the beg and bootleg and borrow and stream without paying for music and shows and stuff like that. When I pay, show them buy and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And now so they say album. Someone they for the outside they chop bad money. And then I end up with it. Yeah, I remember that guy. I know I call his name because I can't see
no call names of it.
But that guy now, that guy na tutu color the sell album. I also na album there for there. Mobile money tutu color.
Mobile money, yes, but tell them.
Sell that album. And when I like today over give people the idea that when I give buy na tutu color.
All right, Baba. Talking about begging, the first Cameroonian musician to ever do it. You know, say Ogewa man, can't quit to get it. Then the first Cameroonian to ever go on Netflix, the first Cameroonian to ever do this. They tell me say Bless B don't come again.
Bless B don't lucky it today. You don't see her.
What the
you don't see the video? I get that on my phone.
But now wait till the really happen.
I actually thought it was a prank.
It was a prank.
They pick you.
Baba, they tell me say that wait till the do Bless B. Fans are actually like, bro, will you calm down? Bless B came on 3 days ago, coming to tell us his song the one drop. And the last time we won actually teased fans. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. Yes, so actually telling somebody sending money with the Madagascar, they didn't send. So he came here to actually tell us, quote and unquote, if some of una like una change, if una like una no change. Because the time we go die, na turn down we go start stream our songs and we go start buy. He said that and ended with, I like fans to actually have prepaid cards. Yes, such as UBA, EcoBanks, etc. Where they go fit purchase songs online. Because if he actually doing a test, he was doing I want to test Cameroonians to see if they can give me support. That time we did Madagascar. And Cameroonians didn't give him the support. They gave him 38,300 and something francs, as we mentioned here last week.
That was huge for him.
No, but I think that the Cameroonian audience, where they will get 1,000 comments for Koshman, get to be ashamed of themselves.
The thing is,
when I get comment, then pass money.
The thing is not even about them. I think the thing is about the artist, how you how you relate about it. You first of all ask this guy something like, who are the fan base? If someone really asks you now, who are Blaze B's fans? Can you support out a group of people identifying themselves as Blaze B's fans?
You know, see what Blaze B do in Madagascar, and I go check it out.
See, they got that cafe. The thing is that those people
big songs with the major artists.
Exactly, but now he's failing to organize the fan base that can pull up for him. You understand? People that can actually, he's failing to monetize his fan base.
But then he has a lot of monetization ideas when he was here. He goes about, and he's doing very well on the internet. What do you think about that? Don't you think he has a great following on the internet?
He has a great following on the internet, and Blaze B is misinterpreting that to be a market. You understand? Right. He has not monetized that fan base. You get it right? So he feels like, okay, having 240k followers is like, oh, these people can pull up for me. But no, sometimes you need to come closer to your fans and really get them talk and see how you can build them and organize them. You don't just sit and you interpret it like, oh, I have 1 million followers. Like maybe let's say because he has 1 million followers and he's expecting to have 1 million album sales. No. It does not work like that. You need to know your market, your fans. Like you need to know who are they, where are they. You understand?
I think that Blaze B got a very huge fan base from FOC to Alpha Beta, and then
he did, but I think he's failed to like bring them together to keep them. You understand? That's what's happening. Okay, you look. Oh, let's not go far. Some like let's just look at Rino just came, but you can see she has an organized fan base. People that are groups in Bamenda, that are groups in Boya and everywhere. Do you think if Rino actually put something like that, she will collect 38? No. Those are the strategies we were talking about. Employ strategies. Be different. Go out there. Do something that's different. Build up yourself. Who are your fans? Who are your fans? Even if they are just 10, but let them be organized, and you know that, oh, bro, if I drop today, these 10 people are buying. Yes.
Let's go now. As we talk
as we hear and as we talk about, we want to give respect to Stanley Eno and Tsitsipa Champ. They're representing Cameroon in the US. Who know about talk less, so one talks on Chris back talk them. Cameroon has always been scattered, and it has the way it's gone.
That's why they said that they performed in front of an empty crowd.
Baba, no one talk about that one. But we just want to give them.
Because I thought that's what. Sorry, I'm my bad. I thought that's what you're trying to say. That Cameroonians want to talk about that. But sorry.
No, Cameroon didn't try that one. So let's leave Blaze B and let's talk about sports. Baba, Magasco just woke up yesterday to say, if we get only 2 Samuel Eto'o for this Africa, light go shine. What do you think about that?
I think that because say you to go Katana, and so obviously go Katana. That's what I don't know. He actually has been personally touched, and I think it's a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. Congratulations to all the artists. Shout out to Eto'o. Shout out to you, because to be honest with you, we need young people then for the life, for the understand young people then. Go over, stay away, teen away young people they do. I know they're relevant, so it's like a joke, and it's only in Cameroon where you get 45, 50-year-old people that are still considered youth.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Eto'o is doing great, man. Great. Like we just have to those are the kind of energetic leaders that we want around. Absolutely. People who will be out there doing their things with passion. You understand? First of all, you look at him, you know that it's passion driven. Yeah, and those people are unstoppable, man.
So shout out to
Eto'o
and all the whole clip and
Eto'o has actually decided to take Gando Piquet.
Yeah,
he gave him a special invite for him to go to Qatar.
Yeah,
and that's something. It's been crazy. Gando has sacrificed his years, 20 years, his life, like one to support Cameroon. You know that fat money they
I've always known him. Like I think as far as we can remember supporting Cameroon football, like he's one of the monuments of Cameroon.
He's the biggest.
He's our mascot.
Hey, he was.
I don't know. By the way, I also want to say this. Like, let's consider making Gando our national mascot. All the
I think so.
All the lion there where they get look like teddy bear, where they did like saying and crying.
That's not real. That's not
that stuff. Like I don't feel that stuff. All these lion there, all these. The thing is not looking good. The teddy.
I think Gando actually deserves that spot. Like there's nobody that can argue that.
And then they don't even need to put anything.
Exactly.
Bang, that's what it is. Bang, anybody will want to do anything again, major. They like Gando, they paint it too, then keep up. You will go do casting like. We get that place. Oh, this on casting. We say now resemble. Maybe the next one, maybe take over the same point blank period. So they put all these cat-looking lion them on top of their head. The way they look ridiculous. They call it now. They call that man again. You see, it's not even important. Let's move on to the next one.
It's not even popular. Like, wake me up anytime I can call the name Gando.
Yeah,
but not that one.
Not that one. I don't forget that one.
Grandma, me don't die. We want to say rest in peace to Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, you say that, yeah, Grandma, me.
She was like a mother to me.
Relationship, like
she was like a mother to me.
They say we'll actually ask you if you go carry some people and go from Africa. So people will know. As we are,
okay.
Yes. So nothing to do with this. But I said this week has been crazy. It's been fun. It's been good. So with relationships and failed marriages, now, Baba, show you know Charles Amel, fine, an Equinox journalist. An Equinox journalist just got up one day and he was like, this thing is been rampant, it's been happening. We were talking last week, 2 weeks ago, about toxic relationship and stuff. We say, if your husband cheats on you, the wife are the problem and not the side chicks. This is because you have failed to do something sexually or physically, physically attractive to keep your man with you. So change. So the question we people they ask and say, now wait till we go give man no actually run house. Because we say no matter what the woman do, man must teach it. Yes, that's what fans are telling. Sorry, comment.
That man, he don't get a problem with married house. He want to carry all week.
And that's why he's making the people to look at African men as though we are so uninformed and uncultured.
S'il te plaît, viens me donner ton avis. Je vais savoir ce que tu penses. Tu as écouté ça là? Non. Ton anglais là, comme c'est fini déjà, je sais pas ce qu'on va faire. On a dit là-bas que parler français. Non, français n'est même plus là. In short, we'll translate for you some more time. But that man is a good woman for us, you understand? So make sure we point. I mean, no drag no man to go over there. I no man put him up over there. I don't know to where that man is. I don't know which kind of talk. I know which kind of people they are. I know which kind of guy. I know which kind of side chick they are. I know which kind of woman. I don't consent, bro.
I'm telling you. And I don't want him to feel like, oh, men out there have that kind of toxic attitude.
And I like
that no, there's nothing that you, a man or woman, can do to keep someone unless they're disciplined. You understand? So it's not a gender thing. Don't go out there and say a woman, if a marriage is failing, is because a woman is doing shit. Cannot do what, like, no.
That man, they like say, you know, be handy a woman for house. Nah. Don't tell you one time, oh, John knows and I believe. Come over, you don't get talk for toxic journalists. Next.
Talking about something interesting. When I say me the handle man and woman for house, right?
Yes.
This is a mayor. That mayor, I should say that mayor commander of Bamenda 2 council. Listen to what that woman told us.
What did she tell us?
She was actually supposed to preside a wedding that came to her court as mayor and gave a duam. That man me talk say, man picking where you no pay attention until you woman fit take it. And ma tell you one thing, this was her statement. They fit use macaroni, 1 egg and a bottle of Planet for snatch your husband if you don't pay attention to your husband. But like this week has been crazy about relationships and marriages, and I'm like, bro, now wait till it happen.
That makes more sense than to it.
Good. What she's telling us is about attention. So Baba, wait till you feel attention give you ever do inside people relationship.
You act at me.
Yes, Baba. Don't be married. Somebody, can you tell us?
Next question. Let's go to the next question.
I've not been married before. No man, no day will answer that question.
Well, I actually had the privilege. I'm a Samsung fan, no advertisement, nothing. But I actually went to iPhone's review of iPhone 14 and it's the same as every iPhone 12 Pro Max and 13 Pro Max.
No, don't even say.
And what the fans, this what now wait to the end. We are giving what the people are crying about. What the fans are actually saying. And Malox the Viper, Malox the rapper says he's feeling sorry for all those female influencers, quotes and unquotes, who do not justify their means of income but want iPhone 14. He ends with this statement: some people their buttocks go scatter, some people their buttocks go suffer. And fans are like, bro, you're talking about women, why do you go to buttocks when you're talking about girls? Like, what's the sphere behind iPhone 14 a woman a buttocks?
He asked me.
Baba, as we hear him, that's what we talk about. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what it is. They all say, let's not talk too much, there's a lot of news. They say Francophone get them for Koto, Bonapriso, and Lokpom. They don't decide for the talk English. Now they do for the area. I should say all that day. Now they. Baba, they wish catch. See them. When I said they wish catch.
No, they did that.
Yes, the day we say Francophone girls quotes for Bonamusadi, Koto, Lokpom on quotes. They don't talk English because that place are actually the place we do.
Cameroon be bilingual.
Say no, you don't know why.
I don't know why.
Abakwa don't calm down. They be playing, they be they don't understand the power of Abakwa boy.
Exactly.
Abakwa boy.
And they know that those guys are like that when it comes to this, man.
That's why they get how they cook, they get camera canteen, then they get dreadlock, they get plait on their head too.
They're classy, man, and they go to
play and they get money and go. They need to talk in a language, so no one talk too much French. When you talk, say bonjour,
and that's it all.
You know what I'm saying? So and then so now for you now for enter inside the process, go do to what we done before we learn French for talk of Francophone guy, and that's all.
Now they get learning now talk of. That's what it is.
It's a circle.
Kudos to Nabstar on a clap for Baba. Baba has been anchoring the show. Baba has been here giving us vibe. Baba don't always leave a show we love. Baba, when I talk to you today, we will see our Cameroon talent show. And how far it is because
Cameroon talent show was on the web shot the final. So next week you guys are going to be listening to who is going to be selected from the top 10 very soon. So you guys should watch out for that. But don't forget also we just dropped Quest on Go. It's got Zamani. Nate has also got Donacia and Nate. So shout out to
that's what it is. Yes, Quest on Go is coming. Baba, before I sign out, I beg Muna to see Baba. Muna no can write me for my DM. People has been asking us why Muna no put Muna show on YouTube. We have a camera team here. Everything has been recorded. Everything has been recorded. Yes.
Is it dope shots?
Dope shots is available. So if you see Baba try for point dope shots.
90 responsible. I have no and I do. I don't tell you. Don't damn dope shots. Take responsibility. Please.
Dope shots.
Please, people should go on his page and go and aggress him.
Yes, they've been asking me, Dulo, we don't see you guys shows on YouTube because on Friday we're working in the US, we're working in Europe, and we're tired. We want to get up on Sunday. Dope shots, they gave it the Siwa show. We are doing it in Cameroon on Friday. On Sunday, he gave a Bina, Etas, and Europe. Like they want to see it. This is Sway, the only Sway we have in Central Africa. Fuck it. Sorry, let me not curse. This is not Central Africa. The only Sway we have in West Africa, Nababa. Like people want to see these things. People want to see these things. So Nabstar is doing something that's crazy.
It's good news already, okay? Because today we brought Zamani here to ambush him and we made him to sign 2 contracts. He go sign the third one before he want to come up here. The first contract where he signed, I say go do review for this show every week. So
that's
from Saturday, you're going to get information. Then Dope Shot gives you all stuff. We're also going to get images from that. And then the second one is that we're going to be working definitely with Nas and SPAC.
Definitely.
That's what it is.
Yes. For strategizing now, Donatien, your story. That's what I want to ask. So, you know, the thing about you is that when I called you over here, I wanted to get a few things straight. Like, you have a very interesting name, Donatien. You know the legendary Donatien. I always ask myself, why are you Donatien? Until I become free, I think you tell me some bad tips to read them. But yeah, I say you know about bring me some kind of church talk. I don't understand what's going on here. But you cannot snitch on yourself. So this is what I'm going to do real quick. Let's call it D&D in the building one time, all right? Donatien, because when I come back to you, we're going to be turning that story. D&D, on a 3 minutes, tu as dit que tu as loué. I know D, vas-y, let's commencer là pour D&D. Yes.
On fait ça vite fait, on n'a pas le temps.
On y va.
On n'a pas le temps, on fait ça vite fait.
Yes, Baba.
Ben, et si je te disais Mathias? Ça te rappelle quoi, Mathias? Mathias, ça vous rappelle rien?
Mathias.
Même pas le nom d'un chat bandit dans un film?
Mathias,
ça ne vous rappelle rien?
Ça te rappelle quoi, Cyril?
Rappelle un film américain, là, Foudre Blanche.
Il était acteur ou bien chat bandit? Voilà. Faites attention dès aujourd'hui de donner le nom de Mathias à vos enfants, parce que les Mathias Mathias Pogba, heureusement que cette affaire a déjà été mise au clair. Heureusement que cette affaire a été déjà mise au clair.
Ah bon?
Voilà. Donc, on passe au deuxième nom. Si je te disais Amadou Sadio Ba. Amadou Sadio Ba. Vous n'avez pas révisé vos leçons. Oh, c'est pas normal. Amadou Sadio Ba.
Ouais,
Amadou Sadio Ba, c'est le seul gars. Amadou Sadio Ba, c'est le seul gars qui a Boza. Mais Boza dans le sens inverse. Tu sais qu'habituellement, les gars Boza qui d'ici, ils prennent la route, prennent les mains pour aller en Europe.
Ouais.
Mais le mec est quitté plutôt de l'Europe, de la Belgique, pour ici.
Mais il a triché. Pourquoi il a pris l'avion jusqu'au Maroc? Il devait nager aussi.
À vélo.
Il devait prendre le billet.
À vélo.
Non, il a triché.
Non, mais comment ça, il a triché?
On est en train de dire qu'on a beaucoup parlé. J'ai regardé son trajet. Il a pris l'avion jusqu'au Maroc et puis il prend le vélo. Il ne connaît pas nager. Il ne connaît pas bateau.
6500 km.
Et tu sais quoi? Il était en train de faire pour que les gens boivent l'eau.
Oui.
Et quand c'est l'heure de traverser l'eau, tu prends l'avion. Il faut qu'il fasse attention à
Mais il raconte aux gens qu'il a fait Belgique, France, Espagne, Maroc, Mauritanie, Sénégal, Gambie.
L'eau, il faudrait prendre le bateau, prendre le canoë, swing un peu. Tu travailles pour le l'eau. Quand c'est l'eau, tu prends l'avion. Tu cherches l'air pour les gens, tu cherches l'eau pour les gens.
Bon. Les Beaux-Arts, non, finalement, pour Beaux-Arts, finalement, même on ne comprend plus.
Mieux Gano qui est parti l'autre côté.
Mieux Gano, n'est-ce pas? Bon, le troisième nom, Elisabeth.
Elle est morte.
Comment Elisabeth, c'était qui pour toi, Elisabeth?
La reine de l'Angleterre.
Ah, mais tu parles de la reine d'Angleterre.
Ouais. Toi, tu parlais de qui?
Ah, mais bon, Elisabeth, la reine, ouais, c'est la reine, c'est vrai, c'est la reine. Ah, mais tu as révisé tes leçons.
Ah, ouais.
Ouais, c'est important. Elisabeth, la reine, elle, bon, tu as révisé tes leçons, elle est morte à quel âge?
96.
Yes, baba. Bon, elle a fait combien de temps de règne?
Depuis qu'elle avait 19 ans,
régné pendant combien d'années?
She was 72 years.
Et les gars, revenez les hommes. Elle a fait 70 ans de règne. Mais écoute, tu sais, on dit que la reine est morte, vive le roi. À ton avis, c'est qui le nouveau roi? À ton avis, c'est qui le roi? La reine est morte, vive le roi. Voilà.
Prince Charles.
Non, vous êtes très loin, vous êtes très pressé. Elle est jeune, il est trop jeune. La reine est morte, vive le roi. Le chef Bamendjou devient.
Oh, God.
Qu'est-ce que vous croyez? Vous êtes en Angleterre. Arrêtez de voyager, les gars. Arrêtez de voyager sans décoller. La reine est morte, vive le roi. Le chef Bamendjou devient le monarque vivant. ayant le plus long règne actuel.
Ouais.
Vous doutez?
Non,
voilà.
On ne peut pas douter.
Donc, après la reine d'Angleterre.
Ce n'est pas après la reine, maintenant c'est lui parce qu'il n'y a plus la reine.
Maintenant c'est lui parce qu'il n'y a plus de reine.
Il faut appuyer pour lui. Hein.
Voilà.
C'est pas facile.
Voilà. Donc maintenant il devient monarque.
Ouais.
Il devient monarque.
Ouais.
L'année prochaine, il aura 70 ans de règne.
Wow.
Le chef Bamendjou.
Ouais. Et c'est ça le oui.
Ouais. Et c'est ça le oui.
Ok.
Bon, on applaudit pour le chef Bamendjou quand même.
Et dis-moi, sérieux, tu connais que moi, dans mes anciennes habitudes, avant de partir dans une mission comme ça, il nous faut un peu de beat pour qu'on fasse le freestyle et tout, tu sais comment ça se passe et tout. Mais avant le temps que tu utilises pour préparer ça, very importantly, just talk to people, tell them your website, tell them where to get to you, your you know, how they can reach you, your music, where they can download it, where they can follow you on social media platforms and all of that.
Okay, you can get our stuffs on YouTube.
Right.
You can get them with the name Nazi Bless. I think you get the stuffs on the Boomplay,
right?
Audio Mac,
right? On all you have to do is search for Nazi Blaze.
Nazi Blaze, yeah.
But why is it that it's on searching on Nazi Blaze now? When I search for Spacey Killington, what do I get?
he got his Facebook.
I got just Instagram, Facebook, and
but then all the songs that you're talking about,
they're released under
your name.
Yeah.
But then both of you are on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
We just find it to be that way.
Yeah.
You might just say glad time. Just say yeah. Now gonna put small dough inside. So
seriously.
those are the divide money. They give for one man. So they
actually about that, when I'm coming into the music, it's not all about the money. Okay, I just want to portray myself. Yeah, it's not all about the money. Then if it was all about the money, I'll not be doing it till now.
But I say, you too, it's not about the money, right? Bro, let me break it down to you, right?
Yeah.
The moment that you come in the industry and it's not about the music, just take the same door you came in and go back. If it's not about the money, there's no reason you should be here if it's not about the money. Secondly, one thing you don't know is that there's no amount of inspiration where life, bongo, Jean, Boomsy, Nga, if ever give you way past inspiration where your quest for money will give you.
Exactly, man.
So where your inspiration go end, man where they find money, you own journey start.
Even when,
tell you may understand that.
Even when they pay me for promo, I write better.
Yes. Man, I tell you that thing first and foremost. And secondly, the worst thing in this world is to be contented with being famous and broke.
Exactly. And it hurts to be famous. And
so if you come into the industry and you tell me it's not about money and you are in the game and you're on radio, it means at least there is a part of being known which you want to have, which is called fame, and which is gradually going towards what you hate the most, which is being famous, and that you are working on and broke.
Yeah.
Because as long as you keep working on promoting your music, you're going to get famous. And as long as you don't work on making money, you're going to get broke.
You don't want to buy 7 cars like Whiskey did? You don't like
it?
Then how do you talk about doing music and take you sidelighting?
And the second thing you also have to understand is that that's why I come back again to look in the mirror and be real and ask yourself what you are, what you're looking for. The question is, if you have a state of mind where you need to find money in this world for dollar or man, there's for the hustle, for the life, to on man, the hustle, the find. When I understand how on a day was it on man, the one buy the next sneaker, then man, the one buy the next thing, then man, the one buy the next banyo, then put the one pop 10 bottle then for club. Things are really going fast. How can you entertain people where they get that buying power because they hustle at them for buyer music? When you need to talk that kind of them. You know what I mean by talk them. Don't get it twisted, bro. If you talk about money where money no day inside under belly for find them, my hustler like me, I will know say the man just rattling. Now there's some people the vibes and different. That's why when you hear ice on my neck, you hear the way they talk and you know say under belly. I don't care about how many times you write a better lyrics than that, but that is what I'm talking about. It's because on his state of mind, he talk to the people that way, the motivation they go inside that everything.
Yeah. Actually, the reason why I said that is because when I first of all started the music, it was all about impressing people. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know why I'm telling you
the bottom line is about the money, but first when I started it, it was about.
And that's why I'm telling you that, because
you could say
the
you
point
wanted to create value first. You wanted to create value that will attract
and that
money.
Is a problem. That's a problem that you can say you want to attract, but then you know what? You're still going back to the stuff you do not start. Based on, that's why I said a lot of people get into the industry for the wrong reasons. Okay, and that's why your story is different. And you know what problem for the country, especially Bamenda, you know what problem? Now chop over that place. Chop over there. Now our highest point that chop over that place. No money check sense. You know to you hunger. When you're hungry, I say hungry, you're hungry. You know what I'm saying? When you know the hungry, you know the hungry. I know you understand. When you say and say Nigerian man the enter studio every night, now because they want chop, baba. We will not get problem for drink 2 man chop every day, bro. I remember Bamenda that I be there back, bro. Now they sang, bro. I do a chew for sang and they chop me for more, so they give me meat for 50. No, I tell you, I don't want to talk to that till I do 25 and 30. You understand, bro? So chop day.
Yeah.
But we get to understand, say, bro, we don't pass level for want to eat.
Exactly.
We have to be hungry for success in life and bigger things that we can achieve. And we need to start being role models and having other people sing. I said, we'll not get role model over there again and nothing.
Exactly. So when you're out there, you know that you're trying to create value. What will bring you the money is the value you create. And if you don't build it, if you don't create it, you will not attract the money. So, like, what you're going to sell out there is your value. The value that you sell will go back to the kind of music that you do and the people that relate with it and many other things. So, don't say that you're out there just to... No, you can't do that, bro.
And you know what? Is that stuff that make people start thinking when they're not making money that they're making money? Then you start getting people comparing these Cameroonian artists with these other Nigerian artists when they really crazy. You know, and how can you think if you say you don't see 3 million and money that, bro?
Exactly.
I want us to go back into the stuff to understand something. We have not yet seen success, and you guys are coming up. We're looking for successful artists. Do you get what I'm saying?
When I say that no Cameroonian artist of this generation has had a concert abroad, people say like, oh no. I'm talking about a concert like, okay, most often when our artists are going there, they are Cameroonians back home who have organized something for them to come and do it. But when we go to Nigeria, man, Rema, the likes of Whiskey, the likes of they shut down, they do things. You understand? Those are the real concerts. You understand? I don't want Cameroonians to get contented with this little cash that they are making.
I don't want to cut you short, but I don't do that. I have. I've done concerts, bro.
Normally.
Davido that I organized and performed. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I know.
Knox, Main Arena. You know what I'm saying? Belgium. Yeah.
Shout out to Nabstar.
I've done that. But to be honest with you, and a lot of people out here think that they're doing stuff and they're traveling all around. You guys are just really just going to like, I never do. You're not talking about concert like a white man that organize all things for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no black people. White people are doing that stuff. Like, I done that, but I can tell you again. And there's a couple of Cameroonians who are too on top.
What you did was big. You understand? What you did was big because you guys shut down big cities. We're talking about Cameroonians like, okay, you just go, maybe just like a small show. We're not saying it's bad, but we want to grow above that.
Yes.
We need to grow above that. And there's a possibility.
And there's a few things I want to talk about. Like, a lot of people don't even think about things we're thinking about, okay? So there is something they call the One Africa Fest. You understand what I'm saying? It's one of the biggest events that African soil and out African soil that's celebrating African culture. You understand what I'm saying? We've never had one Cameroon on it. But you know what? Nobody's even bothered about that. To be honest with you, when I mean nobody's bothered about that, I'm not even seeing anybody who's trying to build their career towards a level where, and this is the kind of things I want to achieve. I want to be on this. I want to be on this platform. Okay, if I'm not there, why? Okay, what do I have to do with my music? Because a lot of people get contented with the fact that we're one-eyed people in the kingdom of the blind, which is that we are the only people that can shine in this village they call Central Africa.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Who are we talking to?
Cameroonians believe that when you're too good, people will come to you. That's why I said like a talent alone cannot market itself. You need to get yourself out there. You understand? Cameroonians are so contented with the little that they're having. No, man, this is not what the Cameroon was known.
There's a lot that can be
There's a lot to be done. I want Cameroonians to see that we can do it. You understand? Sometimes, okay, you just hear someone saying like, Cameroonian artists are better than Nigerian artists. I look at you like someone who does not think. In less than a year, how many singles has Sake released? The nigga is not lucky. He's not lucky, but he's working. He's releasing EPs. He's releasing singles. In Cameroon, an artist released 2 songs for in a year, and you expect the audience to listen to it forever. Bruh. When the audience is thirsty for music, they are definitely going out there.
And another thing too is that we are too smart for our own good. You understand? So now either we do not strategize, or when one strategizes, we check the next 4 months. I will start this thing now.
Exactly.
Promote the one next.
Exactly.
Then where your friend already released 4 songs, where you check sense, I for drop the other one with over sense. Where time you start promotion 4 months ago, time you want drop the thing, put already forget to it 4 months ago. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not even realistic, not even reasonable. We are too smart for our own good. I think to a certain extent, that's why I believe in the younglings like you guys. You guys need to come up and ask the questions, talk with us, see these things. Come talk.
How is this shit being done? How is this thing being done? How are these things being done? You understand?
Let's hear from him. Wanted to ask a question. Go ahead.
Like something I want to just chip in.
Yeah, sure.
My early days in the career, I say the problem I'm facing is on seriousness.
Yes.
On seriousness, that's a great.
It's evident even more.
Just I'm not directing it to anybody, but just for an example.
Feel free to talk here. You can say no,
just for an example, I can say.
Talk.
I give you a cover act to do it. I want to release a song. I give you a cover to do it. That guy, I give you the money to pay. It take about 2 to 3 weeks to deliver me that. After giving me stress, calling you, just you understand. I'm facing a lot of that.
But let me ask you a question. Who hooked you up with that guy?
a street.
That's the thing. So now it's another thing you have to understand. When you're on the street and you need to get corporate results, you cannot run street business for corporate results. It's never going to work. That's the first thing you have to understand. But now on the other hand, even inside a street, you know the street connect them where they know corporate stuff. It's always a link between everything. So if you want somebody to take you serious, right, go to people who are serious. That's why I was telling you again here that when I went in 2013, when I said I was going to bring the video to Europe, I could have done it in smaller bars that I know. But I go find a professional and white man where they do the show, where 2 weeks before Chris Brown and Rihanna were on their stage, and that's why he was even very excited. You get what I'm saying? Because I look for a professional. Now if I talk with him man no will ever fuck me up.
See, and talking about that, it's true. Where you meet the real people, like
you meet the right
who
people
are into doing the work.
And then don't forget one thing about meeting the right people, right? It's about the state of mind. I want you to understand that. Like when you put your state of mind to do, it's like when you want to drop your music. Now the first time I want to drop a cover art, bro, I want good cover art. So I'm not just like, oh, my music is there, I'm not okay, we'll drop cover art now. Half an hour, talk about no. It's like now cover art is a strategy. Now how do I want it to be? This one, who is going to do it? Why this guy? Call this guy. Wait, you don't do before. How are your relationship there? Wait till the results what they are done. You take your time to do all of that. From street to corporate to any level you dare, you need to do that.
Then another thing to I would like say, blogger don't ask me 30,000 for me one post. Bro, I don't even go struggle record song. With the inside country with nothing to go, or with the struggle make ends meet. So solution the way I just think like bloggers, you come together, form an association. When you see an upcoming talent,
you can
try to support.
Right.
When that man no make up, when I bring that man be, say bro, now I be this for 1 year. We cannot do without you guys. Yes, we cannot do without you guys.
As a blogger, let me answer that.
Let me take that question. You remember I once said that when an upcomer comes to me, I don't charge them. I'm saying like, okay, what do you have? Bring it, let's work. You understand? What do you have? What can you afford? Bring it, let's work. You understand? Cameroonians are proven to be one of the most unloyal persons out there. You understand? Even artists to their record labels, you sponsor someone today, the next morning when they're high, it's a different thing. They don't want to listen to you. You understand? And even when they get to sign contracts, they still go off it. You understand that? So that's why people, like even bloggers, we prefer that. Okay, come, tell me that this is what you have. Bro, I have this. I have 10,000. Maybe you would make me a post. You understand? If I see how genuine you are and how you're passionate about your craft, how you talk about your craft, I'm going to do it. You understand that?
But that's you
as
an individual. You cannot speak for all bloggers.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You cannot speak for all bloggers. So that's something we have to understand. But I also want to note something.
Let me finish. You understand? Sometimes you don't go to contact bloggers by yourself. No. You contact one blogger who will go contact the rest, you understand? So because when you go and contact this one and he tells you 50,000, you come and contact this one, he tells you 30,000, 60,000, you feel like maybe that's how it's being done, and that's how you end up spending more. But if you come to me that, bro, I have a project, I have 100,000, I need you to give me 7 bloggers on this,
there'll be a possibility.
I will do it. You understand? You bring it to me and I'm like, okay, bro, see, this is my man in the industry. He's struggling. There's nothing. Bro, I want us to give him that exposure. Okay, I'll just give you the one, so hold him. Give you the one, so hold him. But if you go and talk to them from now till tomorrow, nobody will take that 10,000 from you. So it's about strategies and how you think and how you relate with people.
Right. Because I also know that you've had experiences also, good experiences with bloggers.
Same with me.
Right? You've had good or bad experiences too at the same time. But now, let me just add something to it. You see, when I'm coming back to you, because from now to the end, I'll be under your talk to show you 1,000 reasons why it's wrong. Okay? If you come into the industry based on that, that's when you fail to understand the importance of money. Because no matter what you do, all of you have to understand, you are not going to build your career based on a beg.
For sure.
And then and you guys, that is I think like 80% of people that budget. I beg. Do you understand? 80% of now 80% of budget now I beg. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now the same mediocre services you will get when you go to a beg. You understand what I'm saying?
That is it now.
You get what I'm saying?
You get just what you order, man.
Exactly. It's the same mediocre service you're gonna get to a beg. But then this is another thing to that really ponders me, bro. Would you work on a back for some kind of level then? Okay, so a person get 3 million. You go to the studio, you spend 500,000. On top of your music.
Exactly.
You understand what I talk? You finish that now, you spend another 500,000. You do your miscellaneous, then arrange yourself, then 1 or 2 kinds in them. You take 2 million.
Yes, for video.
You shoot your video.
Yeah, then you come with.
And now you can now with your 80,000 a bag.
Yes, your 80,000 and
for
you
that bag. You put on this in or then
and I look at your video and I'm like, jeez. Wow. This man spent 3. I think one of the first thing is wrong planning.
That is let's get back to that. I want you to understand that. I want to understand that. I want to now come to our normal sense of things. No confuse ourselves. You know, you don't actually do them. You know, you don't do them. As in, you don't carry your money. You put them for farm. You get, you do all kind of things, all things where you need for doing for the farm, like do and the thing that they find, you don't package and the crop they don't grow, you don't harvest them, arrange and everything, a hot cake for market. But you decide what she done with them for your front house. For your front house. We put it go market, you decide every day.
Don't engage into production.
You know what? I know what you tell them. We say no why because you don't get taco for carry that thing go market.
That's right. Bro, that's right. I have to think. We have to know where we are.
Hey.
Yeah, we have to know where we are.
Goes back to strategy.
Yes. Know where you are, know where you are. We are in Cameroon, January, forgetting music, wait. Thing they know they find. Thing they know they find. If some man struggle package something, would the one go find that man can find out? Yes. Would the still one go find out?
But I want to ask you the same Cameroon thing, no they find the same Cameroon they pay 1.5 million for shoot video, right? You never lack that budget for shoot the video because you get what I'm saying? Because you know why? Let me tell you our problem. Our problem is the same reason why I say we come in for the wrong reasons. When you come in just to prove yourself, what you find more important is that let me have this content of me when a video. After all, there is YouTube. I go put them for the people to watch out.
The mentality that,
and that's the worst thing that can ever happen. That's the worst state of mind you can ever have.
If you're shooting a video for 1.5 million, you should definitely budget the promotion as such.
No. As what? What will you, if you, okay, what do you think? If you are shooting a video of 1.5 million, how much do you think you should put for promotion?
For 5 million.
For 1.5 million, how much do you think you should put for promotion?
I'll work on 300,000.
Okay, but now what I'm trying to explain.
Being an upcoming artist.
No, okay, no. Okay, let me break it down to you. That's a good that's a good idea, right? But then I would instead tell you that for being an upcoming artist, spend 300,000 on your video and spend 1.5 million on promotion.
That's true.
Trust me, you see this thing what I tell you now, so you see this what I don't tell you now, so take out for your next video and see. Let me tell you guys 2 things first, so you have to understand. Because when you guys want to go out on your promotion, most of the time think about YouTube, bro. The king of YouTube as far as hip hop and is concerned today is NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy, he videoed them. All Dr. King video the Trump pass you.
Yes, no.
NBA Youngboy in a home video, then I meant them for a house for this. Nothing. All I tell you, there's no strategy, no plan, nothing. All of that, just home video them. Everything I'm talking about, there's nothing extra about it. But he's the king of YouTube. No man, no day.
Are we even going far? How many streams did Black Shady got on an audio?
Thank you.
But
and then when they dropped the video,
Nigeria, had to move to Nigeria, then master marketing and how he's going to promote his music, and it worked. That's no magic. That's no magic.
So the first thing I'm telling you this strategy, like you can let everybody note it down, right? If you take 300,000 and shoot your next video and have 1.5 million for promotion, I bet you there is nobody that year that will shoot a video for 1.5 million and spend 300,000 that will be bigger than you.
Nobody. Trust me, especially and you employ the right strategies. Bro, you're going viral. You understand?
100%.
You're going viral.
But you understand.
But the fact is that, okay, see now, I always tell them, don't engage into production if you don't know how your goods will reach the final consumers. How do you go to the market, to the farm, working, planting corn, like, you don't know how it will reach the people who are going to eat it? How?
See, now this same issue, so money this spoil what entertainment for some level for medicine, because for some level, the people the way they get the money, they don't get the talent. So you take that talent, go put up for the media. Those big companies, they see those untalented stuff, they don't become with the real stuff.
Now let me tell you.
Is that a point? Bro, welcome to the game. I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't have one sponsor. I don't think that people are more talented than me. You see this show? Where you better go empty and see some naked boy western for them with draws and glasses where they'll give money rather than come and giving me the money. So that is not something that you're going to come and complain about. Do you understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it is okay, but what I'm saying that, bro, welcome to the game. There is a way around it. I would have given you a reason why I would not be here. You guys would not be here. This would not be happening 10 years ago. Because till today, I don't still have a sponsor, bro.
That is it. So
yeah. You understand? So no, if it's on the street, I mean, I run street by all man for the industry. You know?
When you're in a situation that you find yourself, you need to find ways to walk through it. You understand? You don't sit and complain, bro. Nobody cares about how you feel. Nobody cares about how you feel, and nobody like what you need to do now. Let me just tell you guys. Let's kind of brief it out. You understand? Where you guys are. The moment you put in your mind that music is business, you need to understand now how business is being done. You understand? You need to understand that you cannot have a big shop with products there. Then you don't have a sales girl that will go and be selling your products. How does it work? You close the shop now. The products will stay there and get bad. They will stay there and get bad, bro. Employ strategies. Promote your content.
Team.
You understand?
Is the next time we talk about what's your team? What's your team like? Who are the people? You have to. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this is about structuring yourself. But even if you run streets and think about the biggest artists that anywhere in this world, anybody get a team behind them. Even Zazu, where the craze. The reason why he day for day because he gets a team behind him. Now the question is, what is your team like? Let's start with that. What is your team? Who is your manager? Who is your PR? Who is your AR? Who is your, you know, how does your label? Because as long as you're dropping, as long as you're dropping music, you're already a business. So you're running, either you're signed or you're not signed. You're running as a label or as an independent, right? So it's still a business. It doesn't mean that because this person is sell hair and this other person they work for government, they don't get office then, or they don't get structure, they don't pay tax. They all do, right? So you have to look at yourself and like, who's my manager? Who is the person when you're doing music is going out to go and look for those deals for you? Right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because I know go talk like me, I do my team me one. Yes.
But you know that the successful Cameroonians have gone through that?
Yeah, see, like you need a team at every stage, but I know go advise an upcomer, say go carry.
Now. Okay, let me answer that your question of a team. Let me answer that your question. Yeah. You understand? You are an upcomer here, meaning that your finances are not enough, right? Do you know that there's an upcoming blogger out there who is trying to grow? Do you know that there's an upcoming video director outside there who is trying to grow? Don't you know that you can get to this upcoming blogger, this upcoming video director, then you guys form a team, then you grow? Now the problem is that you people don't do that. You want to go to somebody, you want to go to few beats, then you want to go to this
because you're thinking about because you already have stage. Let's talk about big mind. Let's talk about thinking big. It's very good. It's very good, right? But you have to think big progressively, right? Because already everybody has already reached about one place about thinking big. But the problem with that thinking big is that there's no money. I come back to you again. It's that when you came into the game, you came for the wrong reason. So you don't see the business part of your thinking big. Your thinking big when you come to impress people is the fact that let me find even 2 million and give Ken May shoot me one dope video. Bam! You don't get planned again after that, apart from putting a video out on YouTube and talking to 1 or 2 bloggers or 1 or 2 stations that you get. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you don't think big, forget big video. But that is still because you're not thinking about the business. You're thinking about recognition. So you have content where you they fly on top. You feel shown guy, then put if you go YouTube watch them. You feel get your 1 or 2 kind fan base. You feel even fucking guy because of that thing. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You content yourself. You get what I'm saying now? Yeah. So you're happy with it, but you don't understand. Say, bro, this one a business, so I cannot do it like this. If I'm going to spend 1.5 million on this video, how am I going to get it back? But if I'm going to spend 300,000 on this video and 1 million on promotion, I know I'm going to get my money back.
I once worked with an artist and I told her that, see, okay, you're dropping the song. It's a video. We spent over 800,000. You understand? And I want us to make that money, and we will make it. This is what we did. You understand? I contacted somebody in the quarter that was in Yaoundé. I was like, okay, see, we're doing this release party here. You get it? I have my guys and I have people around. You understand? The artist has you have your village people. You have many people. Those are your immediate fans. We came together. I was like, okay, they're not paying to enter here, but there's just something like when you enter, please, you get a copy of this song. You understand? Of a CD. That was back then. So when they entered, everybody got a CD, and at the same time there was a cake that they have to, like, maybe you call you up. There are people who want to show up, and there are people who want to keep their name. You understand? That night we left with a board. I think it was 500 and something thousand. We did not make the 800,000, but we made something. That was the strategy that I employed so that we could make something. What I'm telling you now is this, bro. You see this music of a thing. If you go with it to the mindset that you just want to do, you will go nowhere. I want you to see yourself as a businessman. You need to understand that you have to put strategies together. You need to put money in, and you need to you need the right connects. And again, some of you are afraid to share your business. If I go to your timeline now, will I be able to see 7 posts of you continuously? I mean, there are artists that they don't even share their own products. You understand? That's why the last time Don Jazzy said, "See, you see Boy Spice, Boy Spice, you see Magix, all the rest. Those guys did not inbox him. He was going through the content, and he saw it, and he was like, "Oh, Boy Spice, I like what you're doing. What if you come over to Marvin?" You understand? If someone goes through your timeline now, can the person be impressed in a way that they can call you over for something? Right. You need to market yourself. Like, don't feel ashamed. Market yourself. You understand? Do freestyles out there when you can't drop an official video. Do freestyles you can do, and you even just shoot a video. You have iPhone in the club. Then you do. You go viral. Bro.
And another thing too, it's about an attitude. Like, you guys say so many things that are wrong. You cannot come here as a rapper and say, "Bro, I'm not good at freestyle."
No.
It's like now
you say it might not be that too good. My rap might not be too good. That's what we're saying. Like.
If person come for here now, so he won't be your driver.
Yes.
And it's Dangwa.
He say, I cannot drive that well.
I'm not very good at driving. Will you allow? You will not give him a job.
I mean, that's it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm saying you need to promote yourself and have that confidence in you. When you're promoting yourself and having that confidence in you, bro, you go places. Okay, just imagine I'm a blogger, but you go to my timeline, you don't see me promoting anything.
From your blog.
How will it look like? You go to my timeline, you see me sharing posts, talking about artists, all that kind of stuff. Then someone will not come. Oh, Zamani, you really promote this. That's how it comes. Don't see that and you go and you inbox record level. I beg master sign me. I know how for sing. I know how for do this. Bro, that's not how
I think we need to. And then so I just want another thing I want to get you guys to understand, very important, is the fact that all of us have very understood the fact that to run this industry you need to come in with a certain amount of money.
Exactly.
The only problem we keep complaining about when it comes to money is that we don't know for a promoter. But I want everybody to think about it very carefully. Do you know how many videos have been shot every other week that are shot in Cameroon? Then the question is that how many videos in 1 year actually go viral or do you know about? Because we're almost here. Trust me, the number of people, if you know, I know with the Camp for Winner, we are media now. They send us everybody. Do you know how many videos Ken shoots a week that you don't know? How many of his videos do you see at the end of the day? Sometimes you might see 12 or 13, 14, or 15 a year. But he shoots 50, 60.
He shoots 50, 60.
You understand what I'm saying? So remember that majority of those people who are paying him get stuck because they cannot promote.
They cannot promote. I know artists who have about 3 videos and they're piling it because they cannot promote. They feel like if they put it out there, they're wasting it. Out where? You cannot even put it out.
I know why they do that, because they have a bunch of money. All they do is rush and go and shoot 3 videos one time. You don't spend 10 million for shoot 2 videos them.
No.
The person where they don't put money, the person where they sponsor you, he just can't pick it call again.
It don't end for day. You don't end for day.
The business and ultimately stuck with videos and no money to promote because
bro, you cannot own a restaurant business that you cook only fufu corn and jama. You go and buy corn enough and you come and grind and you lack money to buy jama. Who will come and eat with what? So that is it, bro. Let's put ourselves together. Go back to the drawing board.
Exactly.
Sit down, then you think. Yeah, you understand. You might be strict, but you need to employ those strategies.
So you see, for instance, like one of the problems, like people that you find that are serious just because of the way that you find them. You cannot get street on that kind of level. Like I tell you, even 50 Cent, when a street man, an Igbo man, the man did everything professionally, worked with professionals, and he said the other day that when everybody in G Unit was in the club partying, he was there talking to his lawyers and like, what does this contract mean? Like all these words, what do they mean? He talk on Monday club the party. So that way IRS they can't open it for taxes. They don't understand. That mean they come out for club, go prison. You understand what I talk? So you have to always understand that you have to be aware of your environment, understand what is happening, and the business is very, very important.
You don't start a business without having any knowledge on it. You don't go to start petroleum business without having any knowledge on it. You don't do music without having any knowledge on it. So how do you do that? You get stuck.
You have to educate yourself.
Come back, like hold on somebody. You understand? Talk to the person like, oh, how is this being done? How is this being done? What do you think I can do? This is the bro. Someone who asks questions never get missing.
Yeah. And another thing too that I also wanted to say is, like I said again, if you understand, back to you, if you understand the motive, you come back to the motive of making money. This business at the level where when you woke up so you don't do your music, right? You put it on YouTube, you start idling. If you are a hustler, if you are a hustler, the first thing you get for doing, I say, okay, this one I probably I get, and once I go put it music, you know, say you don't even get enough time for promotion music.
That is it.
You don't even get enough time for put out different platforms. You don't get enough time for hit people there up. You don't get enough time for check out people they do to them for this platform. They promote the kind of way if you put your music for there. You don't get enough time for somebody to check there. How do I make money of this? You don't get enough time for to understand what to be control sheet, split sheet. Say when you want to work now, a producer. I saw you guys to just go and pay the producer or that you come down to a split sheet because you have a publicist. It doesn't take you long to understand what's publicity. What's a publicist's work? How do I have my stuff registered? How do I deal with copyrights? So now if I want to deal now with this producer, a lot of people mess it up like that also. That's why you spend more money in production than you're supposed to. Because today, if you have a big, like for instance, you want to work, I would tell anybody, you want to work with DJ Carl as a big artist, and you are set up as an artist, you have a publicist, your music is recorded and registered. You go to DJ Carl and you talk with DJ Carl based on the fact that this is where your streamings are, this is where you're going to put your music on, and you work on a split sheet. So simply puts it together. He makes this percentage from this for his production rights and everything. And when you put that music out and he's streaming, he doesn't even come to you. He has a publicist. The publicist takes his money. You take your own. That's how big people do. You think if you say DJ Khaled, change, check them, put there. Hell, fuck no. It goes on streaming platforms, and you guys do a split list, and then your publicist handles it. His publicist handles it. So you guys take copyrights based on. You have mechanic rights, you have performance rights, you have composition rights, you have all of those. So anybody who performs, composes, or writes or anything, just
they use your song in a movie. They pay you.
They pay all of you, and everybody. You don't even. It's an automatic. It's an automatic system. It doesn't even need. As long as you have a publicist, it's an automatic system. As long as that money is out there, every time it's streaming at 10 francs to MTN again, they remove you at 10% at 1 franc. They send them for you. They send them out. That's why people get checks.
Music business is super nice when you understand. You make millions, and I have some artists that they are not popular out here. Maybe in Cameroon, but they are making thousands of dollars, making millions. You understand? So it's about to understand the business. You cannot do what you don't understand. You understand? You can't do that. So find some time, come back, study, see how you can push your craft and everything.
You cannot be a doctor if you never get your degree.
How are you going to operate someone?
You don't know where to be a doctoring level.
Exactly.
You know if you be engineer, you won't go fix road where you know study engineer. You won't do and I think that the world you can do. But you know what? Let's talk about what we know how to do best. You know what I'm saying? Sirius got that instrumental, so we're gonna put it on here. Everybody's gonna hit that like the way it's supposed to do. Now we'll see where they come here for the money and put for the talent. Time for that now. Man, I level this now. Now man, level now the one will come out there.
And this is the best hip hop songs, man.
You know,
you guys are rappers, right?
Put it up, bro. Okay, I should say they never warm up, so might warm them up. So we my first time come to bump in town. Nazzy. Don't ask me why. NY, that's that shit that said in BDA. Yeah. Don't ask CNT fan. Run come back. But this rhymes that he's giving is gonna run that town. Run town. Stop that. Break it down. N to the A to the B-I-L now. Who I got in the building, something you can't talk about, cause this is that show that goes every Friday.
From the gutter where I grow to the top of the roof, I go to pressing Lord job, pressing God in my show. Now God blessing my soul. All these people them know I got it headed for the show. Man, they screaming my name, but coming straight from the game. Just in the paper, dark pen, hot time with the sip in the leak. I can't my way. If you don't want to take so far, the bone of the flubile say I kaka nanganja.
Pour my bass into this track, you'll be drunk if you drink from it. Miracles to Mike like a monster, I feed on it. Demons cannot rest at the side of my Jesus. Peace and pull out with the rhymes like I started from pre-nursery. The homos walk that did, and I know they were big lessons. Know the one for recite the conquest of great Britains. Talk less of war, teach now peace in reverse. We need knowledge on how to live, not just figure and dates.
Done! Yeah. Kappa do you ever luck? Man do the peace and back to back. Yeah. Don't you sin?
Let go, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the hustle. I keep it hustling. Hustle, always hustling. Yeah, out here, making doubling. Stacking cash. Rapping for the country, rapping for the hood. come from a backward. That's where I go. Yeah. Like shoot. Freestyle on Nabstar.
Yeah, you know, somebody gonna try that?
Nah. Maybe next time.
Alright, so I come back to you. Okay, I come back, go to you. Alright, let's try something else. No, do that pigeon thing now. They go like fresh like fish, sharp like colass. See how they cut grass, cause this snake's not get place to pass. See, I say, make a wish, I will go past. They get that they laugh you, but when I shake that they give you last. My favorite dish na revenge, Seville foie. She did learn fast, I'm my teacher, she's my class. Why did laugh that they laugh when I the brass? They don't know say I they laugh the best now because say I they laugh last. You can be my guest in the back of that back class. I'll be looking really nice in the back of that back class. 2 chaps, 1 black, 1 half cast. And every time I come to, they say your boy don't forecast. Tell it.
Say your boy don't forecast. Call it for this show, man, no fit with young cast. First for the game, seen a me the top class. Any show where I touch I'm gonna make them place ras. Bad boy, man wake up, mama I enter slow, man the move na letter man don't the bolo, man the cha. I pray to God now make it don't say my own the sapa, but hold away, man just stand at the door. Top of down the commodity, make them jaw the fall. Any say I go, man the break and take the law. How they step in the game, nigga see it, not the ball.
I'm all about the money. To me, it no be funny. Man, and the cow corny, but I make it sunny.
Sunny.
Nah, man, this guy.
I be live and on the journey.
So we there, with my brother them. We just the hustle with my brother them. On man the shine, on man the fine. Just so we on grind. Yeah.
Nabstar give them show, people start to talk about. Nabstar be the vibe, people start to talk about. Yeah, sway on the beat. Nabstar be vibe. People don't see, they don't talk about shit. I make sure for Bambili, boy and stuff for talk. Me, I want to be Nanges man. They want train them, they know blow. The peri, I go take blow for PE. Teenagers is slow, but Baba, give them. They don't know, Baba, they don't know.
This is Nabstar, original thing, bad like Africa, you know me now. Infested with malaria, cause that mosquito took me and I brought that wahala. Don't forget that you can't get better. DJ Cyril is keeping it real, like Nabil for real. So I got a dope shots by dope shot, and you know that Max gets on X. Hold on, wait a minute. I got 2 Nabstar girls out there, we're gonna rap with it. But before I wrap it up, before I wrap up in it, I must say donation. Merci.
That's what it is.
Merci and Spacey. Merci and Audace. Merci and Samani. Merci and hey yo, y'all know where it is, man. See y'all next week, man. It was a Nabstar show. Stay real, stay good.
It's nice on air talking to you guys.
Thanks for having you. Thanks for guys coming, right? Thanks for coming. I appreciate it.
Shout out to the biggest Nabstar for life.
I appreciate. Donation, looking forward to you, right?
Yeah,
we can't wait to see the new music. What'd you drop? Let's hear that real quick. You dropped something real new?
Yeah, I just dropped something today like Premier Gaou, Nepa Gaou, c'est deuxième Iye Gaou, I know one Gaou.
Alright, let's go check it out. It's out right now. Y'all go check it out by Man Donacia.
And you dropping, we'll be dropping the EP,
right.
New Testament.
New Testament. Yeah, that's the first Afro, and then the next one.
No, that will be the
rap.
hip-hop.
The hip-hop. That'll be the hip-hop version.
Coming on, I think, by this Sunday.
Okay.
Bro,
New Testament.
You guys got some catchy lines, man. I must say I'm impressed, bro.
Right now, I gotta check that out now. I want to check that out, right? So
you'll be getting more from us.
For sure. So we're gonna link up after the show for the networking. So thank you guys very much for listening. Thanks you guys for coming. Thanks everybody who made it out here on the team. Shout out to AUDACE 106.8 FM. My man DJ Cyril. We out of here. Peace.
Me and my men, them I feel like, cause this is Africa, T.I. Jump on the roof, T.I. Pass me the tape, T.I. Turn up the radio, feel like.
Every other city we go, now we the one radio. No matter where you go, they go tell you, say now we go. On the high.
Il est venu le temps. Dans quelques instants, tu vas pénétrer dans son univers pour ne plus pouvoir en sortir.
Du beau monde. Ils ont tous répondu oui à une interview exclusive sur
AUDACE Radio 106.8 FM.
Chaque vendredi, tu sais te connecter avec
Nabstar, Nabil for real.
Prépare-toi à vivre quelque chose d'incroyable.
Tes artistes préférés seront là, en live, rien que pour toi.
Vous écoutez la meilleure radio de la bande FM.
Radio AUDACE.
Que serait la vie sans musique?
Et sans votre radio, n'y pensez pas, on n'a pas l'intention de s'en aller. Merci de nous écouter. Vous êtes des milliers à nous écouter. Merci à chacune et chacun d'entre vous. La musique adoucit les mœurs. C'est pour ça qu'on vous en passe. Écoutez la voix qui vous parle de l'autre côté des ondes.
Radio AUDACE.
106.8 FM.
C'est la radio que vous aimez.
Even though they know they really can't handle it.
They can't handle it?
They can't handle it. Trying to take me out to dinner, I cancel it. If you really want to know me, first of all, you should never try to get too personal. Cause I meant it when I said that you got a long way to go. Yeah. You claim that you're so hot, and you say you got skills in the bedroom. You try to front when you're so not. Had a chase, you still never come through. You say you wanna come see me, cause you know your girlfriend wanna be me. I'ma tell you why you can't. You got a long way to go. Say you wanna love me, wanna touch me. Don't test cause you got a long way to go. Don't know how to act, wanna fall back. It's all back cause you got a long way to go. It's not that deep, take it easy. You don't please me, you got a long way to go. I'm a bad girl, you wanna get close. Hands up cause you got a long way. You claim that you're so hot, and you say you got skills in the bedroom. You try to front with so not. Had a chance, you still never come through. You come see me, cause you know your girlfriend won't be me. Yeah, said you got a long way to go. Say you wanna love me, wanna touch me, think twice cause you got a long way to go. Don't know how to act, better fall back. It's not bad cause you got a long way to go. It's not that deep, take it easy. You know the keys when you got a long way to go. I'm a bad girl, wanna get close. Answer cause you got a long way to go. Wanna love me, wanna touch me, think twice cause you got a long way to go. Don't know how to act, better fall back. It's like that cause you got a long way to go. It's not that deep.